welcome up here to beautiful Gowrie, Iowa, home of the South Central Calhoun Jaguars. You're listening to the Mackey Motors at
How about Southeast Valley?
Isn't that what I called them?
No.
What did I say?
South Central Calhoun.
Southeast Valley Jaguars. I don't know why it would have come out anything else, but Southeast Valley Jaguars. We welcome you here on the Mackey Motors tailgate, brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and check them out online at MackeyMotors.com. Kuemper Knights in town tonight. Final game of the regular season, final district game as well. Knights already have clinched the district championship and into the playoffs. They're 6-1 on the year. 4-0 in the district. They have won 6 straight. Beat Sadell last week, 49-0. Shut out Des Moines Christian, or beat Des Moines Christian, I should say, 29-20. Shut out Greene County, 28-0. Beat Roland Story, 22-14, and knocked out AHST of Oklahoma at 41-33. For Southeast Valley, they come into tonight 3-4 on the season, 1-3 in the district. They dropped their last game out, falling to Greene County last week, 10-7. They beat Sadell 54-0. Lost to Roland Story 42-17. Lost to Des Moines Christian 33-6, and beat Clarion Goldfield Dows at 20-13. We are coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade, helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Jeff Blankman, joined now by my broadcast partner, Mr. Doug Waniger, with you here tonight. And Doug, Knights have had a great season. They can cap it off tonight with their 7th straight win. I know last week Mason Nealon asked me on the scoreboard show on Friday night, does Kuemper play everybody, or do they rest some guys tonight? So I asked Coach Steinkamp that in the pregame. I knew what the answer was going to be. They take it one game at a time, and we're going to see everybody go tonight until this game is either over or it's in hand. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you play everybody. You're out here to win football games, and obviously you don't want anybody to get hurt. But if it does get to that point, but I really don't think it will. And looking at this Southeast Valley team, the Jaguars down on the field, big, strong kids. I think Kuemper's athleticism might hopefully be the difference in the ball game, but we're going to know we were in a football game playing with these guys.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a physical contest tonight. Doug, what do you think? What are the keys for the Knights to come out of here with that 7th straight win heading in to a home postseason game next week on a roll?
I think we got to tackle well, which we've done the last few ball games, but we have an occasion we'll get into that mode where we like to tackle high, and we'll miss some tackles and give up a touchdown here or there. This Cale Van Sickle, their quarterback, 6'2", 205. He's a horse, and got 605 yards rushing on the year. One of those really good athletes that plays at the quarterback position, so we're going to have to contend with him. And then also Brady Hansen, a 5'10", 188-pound running back. Kuemper's going to have to tackle well. And then beyond that, just don't make mistakes. We've been pretty effective this year at not making a lot of mistakes at critical times, and we just play really, really good defense. If we do that, we should be okay, but that's why we play them.
What has stood out for you about this Kuemper defense as this season has went on? Where have they gotten better?
Well, we knew we were going to be really good with the linebackers, with Kent Sanders and Tate Barrett, and Sundrup in there as well.
And Brayton Alford.
Brayton Alford has been in and out of the lineup. He's been injured, so we knew we were going to be really strong there. We knew we had some good safety, but it's the young kids that have come in and played really, really well. Griffin Glenn is as good a cornerback as I've seen this year. Austin Heinrichs, the sophomore, playing in the other corner. And then Preston Vanami coming in and playing in the line, and Connor Keneally, another sophomore. Kuemper went to a quicker defensive line, and they've got a lot of speed and quickness on defense. So I think that's probably been the difference, is just the emergence of the young kids, and then the older kids doing what they need to do.
The Knights did win the flip of the coin. They have deferred to the second half, so the Jaguars will have the football first here tonight. Let's go across their starting offensive line from left to right. Corbin Spangler at left tackle, Nick Field at left guard. It is Aiden Jepson at center, Joe Kaufman at right guard, and Lennox Albee at right tackle. The wide receivers here tonight, Gage Jones has got 18 catches on the year. Bryce Harrison, also Logan Jaskey, their leading receiver, at 29 catches on the season. The quarterback, Cale Van Sickle, you heard Doug talk about him, outstanding athlete. Behind him tonight, Preston Kennedy and Brady Hansen, 66 carries, 449 yards, and 6 touchdowns to lead them. Second leading rusher behind Van Sickle. For Kuemper defensively here tonight, the defensive ends are Ryan Sundrup and Preston Vanami. The down linemen are Connor Keneally and Sean Healy. The linebackers, Brayton Alford, Tate Barrett, and Kent Sanders. The cornerbacks tonight, Tragan Biter and Griffin Glenn. And the safeties, Carson Canny and Austin Heinrichs. And that's a look at our starting lineups here tonight. Ryan Igo set to kicking off of the night. He's kicked off 30 times this season, has 2 touchbacks on the year. Back deep, scheduled to be back deep anyway for the Jaguars. Brady Hansen, 9 returns on the year, averaging 20.4 yards per return. And Logan Jaskey, 5 returns, 21.2 yards per return coming in. Knights going right to left across your radio dial. That means the Jaguars going left to right, and there is a high end-over-end kick. It's going to go towards Hansen. He'll make the catch on the 5-yard line and brings it up that right sideline and getting it out past the 20, creeping past the 25, out to the 26-yard line, and that is where Southeast Valley will have it first down and 10, 11:54 left here in this first quarter of play. And Doug, imperative if you're Kuemper to come out and get a stop. If you're Southeast Valley, you want to pick up some first downs, maybe put some points on the board to start the game.
Yeah, Coach Steinkamp talked about the need to contain Van Sickle, and hopefully we can do that here early because we got the wind at our backs, and that wind's about 10 to 12 miles an hour, so that's a big advantage for us because we're more of a passing team than they are, so we want to take advantage of that here in the first quarter.
Jaguars going to split to 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to run it up the middle with Hansen, and he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line, a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up second now. We'll call it around 11 yards ago. We're going to give him just past the 25, so we'll call it a long 10. Ball will remain over here on the right hash mark.
Kent Sanders came in from his linebacker position, and, we talked about those 2 guys all year, him and Barrett, but a lot of these guys have been tackling really, really well, aggressive. We're not real big. We went to that quicker lineup, and you heard Coach Steinkamp talk about, getting rid of the hands, making sure that you can control them.
Harrison splits out here to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left, shotgun formation. There's the snap to Van Sickle, rolls out to his left, wants to throw, throws it out into the flat. It is complete. Heinrichs will knock the receiver out of bounds. Trying to catch the number out there. Looks like it's going to be to Jaskey. He'll make the catch out to the 32-yard line, a pickup of about 6 on the play. It's going to bring up third down. We'll call it 4 yards to go.
That's one thing the Knights give them maybe a little too much room on the corner sometimes, but, kept the play in front of them. It's still going to be third down and 4, probably a long 4 right now. But that was the senior, number 5, Tegan Biter with the coverage and made the tackle.
2 wide receivers again out to the left, or 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Van Sickle. Rolls this time to the wide side, which is his right. Pressure comes, steps away from the pressure. Now going to tuck it. He's going to pick up the first down as he goes out of bounds near the 38-yard line. Needed 4 and got 5. And, Doug, that's what an athletic quarterback can do. Is the Knights look like they maybe had him. Other quarterbacks would have been caught in the backfield, but his athleticism allowed him to escape.
Yeah, we left him get to the outside. We've got to make sure that we hold containment there, so they have to turn back to the middle and got to.
Harrison going to split out here to the right. You've got Jaskey splits to the left along with Jones. Shotgun formation again for Van Sickle. He'll take the snap, wants to keep it on the quarterback draw. Going to take it off tackle. He'll get from the 39 out to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 3. We'll bring up, we'll call it second down and 7.
Another one of those linebackers, Braden Alford, in on that play. And our line is set up, and Kuemper's got somebody down now.
Got an injured Knight down on the field right now, and they're going to come out and take a look at him. Cannot see the number.
Looks like a lineman.
Yep, does look like a lineman out there, but we don't know for sure who it is, so we've got a timeout here.
That's one thing that we've been fairly lucky. We haven't had any major injuries this year.
And hopefully this is not one here either. Moving the arms so that we can definitely see. Now the left leg beginning to move a little bit.
Sean Healy?
Yeah, we don't want to guess, though, not knowing for sure who it is. Doug, what have you seen here through these first few plays? Southeast Valley able to do what they needed to and get a first down, and that is Sean Healy that is up, and he is walking off the field under his own power, so that is a good sign here for the Kuemper Knights.
And I'm sorry, I was looking at the numbers.
Yeah, no,
you got your question, Jeff.
Yeah, it was just what did you see from Southeast Valley? They got a first down. That's what they needed, at least one here on this opening drive.
Oh, when you and I got up here and they came out on the field, but they had their pads off and everything, and you and I noticed big strong kids that get big, strong arms. And I think they're just trying to man up across our line and maybe give us a shove. So Kuemper's going to have to D up.
Jones and Jaskey again split out to the left, 1 wide receiver, and Harrison split here to the right. Pistol formation for Van Sickle. Takes the snap. Pressure comes from the outside. Pass is complete to Jones. He's going to drag a guy out near the first down marker out to the 49. A pickup of about 8 on the play. Van Sickle 2 of 2 throwing the football right now, and that's going to bring up, we'll call it,
they're going to give him.
They're going to go first down. They had put the yard marker on the far side, dug the third down, but the white hat says it was enough. And I thought it was going to be really, really close.
Yeah, they don't measure many of those anymore. They look at it and go, and I think he did have the first down. But they've seen, evidently in watching some film, they've noticed the Kuemper defenders drop back a little bit too much. They're going with those underneath routes, and again, he was wide open, an easy throw and catch.
Jaski and Jones again split out here to the right. One wide receiver. That's Harrison split to the left. Van Sickle out of the shotgun, wants to throw, throws across the middle, through into double coverage, looking for Jones. Coverage on the play that time by Canyon. I think Kent Sanders also there. It'll fall incomplete. First incomplete pass tonight for Van Sickle. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 to go.
Kind of interesting coverage as all 3 linebackers were back in coverage on that time, so now it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Ball spotted near midfield, just on the Jaguars side of that midfield stripe. 9:42 to go in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game here so far.
Not unusual that Kuemper doesn't start fast, though. We tend to be a slow-starting team. It takes us a possession or two.
Out of the shotgun will hand it off, and Brady Hansen with a run, fighting forward, and gets himself out near another first down to the night 41-yard line. A pickup of about 9 or 10. We're going to see if they give him this first down, but that was a nice hard run that time by Brady Hansen. It is going to be a 3rd down and less than a yard. We'll call it 3rd down and about a foot to go.
Yeah, the Jaguars' offensive line doing a really good job of creating the holes and moving the Kuemper defenders around.
Motor Inn player of the game coming up tonight again in the postgame. Motor Inn of Cary, your premier Toyota and Chevy dealership for everything from sales to service to parts and collision. Van Sickle going to walk up under center. He'll take the snap and just pushes forward. And he falls forward, and he ends up coming out on the other side of the pack down to the 38-yard line. So a pickup of 3 on the play. That'll move the chains. And Doug, 9th play of this drive coming up, and 3 first downs here. So a good start here for Southeast Valley.
Well, at the Knights looked at that record and thought, well, this is going to be an easy game. They're certainly learning right now real quickly that this team can show up and play football, which we knew we would. Like I said, when we saw them down there, they're a big physical team.
Colin Johnson runs in the play. Jaski will split out to the right along with Jones. You've got Johnson split to the left. Pistol formation again. Handoff to Hansen, hit at the line, and this time dropped for about a half a yard loss. The Knights got a good push up front that time defensively.
Nash Leonard, the big freshman in there, made a really nice play along with our linebackers blitzing on there, so stopped him for a 1-yard loss.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Clock moving here with 8:20 left in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game. And again, our score updates tonight being brought to you by Drees Company, Eco Water Systems.
Kobe Pierce is in there at nose tackle now, along with Leonard as well.
Nice to see him out on the field again. Pistol formation again for Van Sickle. Wants to throw. Got pressure coming. Running away from it, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Good pressure that time by Ryan Sundrup. And it's going to be another loss as he's all the way back to around the 44-45-yard line. A loss of about 5 on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 16 to go.
Yeah, real good coverage. Had nowhere to go. Sundrup took a little, not the best angle at him. Kind of let him get to where he was going to get outside again, but fortunately caught up with him and ran him out of bounds. And
I think they wanted Jones out here. He run a little curl pattern, but there was 2 defenders around him, and I think that took that play away.
He was open earlier, but he was running for his life. And now it's going to be 3rd and about 15.
Van Sickle out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Pressure comes from Sanders up the middle. He'll escape to his left. He's looking to run. Leonard putting some pressure on him. Now throws it downfield, and great coverage downfield that time by the Kuemper Knights, trying to catch the number. Doug not able to do that.
I think that's
number
Gifford.
81 Gifford that comes in and knocks that one away.
Another young freshman in there playing, and you know, for Southeast Valley, you've got to be kind of surprised if they are going to punt it here. I guess 4th and 15.
Lennox Albee will come on to punt it away. 21-point punts on the year, averaging 30.5 yards per punt. Knights are going to put Carson Canny back to return.
Carson's really got to watch that wind because that ball was just dying in the air.
Quick snap. There's a low end-over-end punt. It'll take a Southeast Valley roll, and it's going to roll down inside the 5. And they're going to down it at the 4-yard line, and that is where Kuemper will have it. 1st down and 10, 7:40 to go here in the first quarter of play, and the Knights are going to have their first possession here again, starting at their own 4-yard line. Starting for Kuemper up front here tonight, Reed Steiger, Connor Keneally, Hayden Vanami, Preston Vanami, and John Antover. The wide receivers are Carson Canny, Logan Ryle, and Tragan Biter. The quarterback, Brock Bading. The running backs tonight, Ryan Sundrup and Jared Hoffman. For Southeast Valley defensively, Preston Kennedy, Aiden Jetson, Joe Kaufman up front. The linebackers, Cale Van Sickle, Drew Temple, Lennox Albee, and Ian Bruner will get you the defensive backs. As the Knights come out in a shotgun formation, we had some movement up front, flag on the field. We'll see if the Knights...
Brock's really effective at that draw with that hard count, and they wanted to get into that backfield so quickly, and they called it...
That'll go on Southeast Valley. That'll cost them 5, so it'll be 1st and 5. Ball out to the 9-yard line. Got Casey Hansen and Gage Jones are the cornerbacks. The safeties tonight are Logan Jaskey and Brady Hansen. Shotgun formation again. Jared Hoffman lines up to the left of Bading. They're going to hand it off to Hoffman. He finds that right edge and gets out near the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down as he'll pick up 6 on his first carry here tonight.
Well, they moved it back a yard. But they're still giving him a first down. But yeah, I thought they didn't give him a real good spot there when they moved it back. But a nice cut. He went up into the line right and then cut back left. Had a nice hole there.
He has such good vision. Tragan Biter will split out here to the left. One wide receiver is well out to the right, baiting out of the shotgun. Hoffman again lines up to his left. They'll hand it off to him, trying straight up the middle. And this time going to power his way out to the 20, a pickup of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. And the Knights, Doug, early on here, able to establish that running.
Yeah, I'd like to see him keep doing that because that can really be their forte. I mean, we know we can throw the football when we need to, but let's establish that ground game. A really good lead block there by the center, Hayden Vanami, big senior, winding down his career here.
Glenn will split out to the right. Biter will split to the left. 2 wide receivers out here to the left, baiting out of the shotguns. Got Hoffman lined up with him. Candy split to the left as well. Bading drops back, wants to throw, going deep. He's got a man down there, but good coverage. Jaskey was there running step for step with Griffin Glenn. The ball overthrown by about 3 or 4 steps. It'll fall incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down now and 4. Doug, if you want to take a shot downfield, 2nd and 4, probably not a bad down.
Not a bad down, but when you're on your own 15, 20-yard line, you'd like to get out from underneath that goalpost area a little bit. We've been running the ball, running it strong. Let's get a few more first downs, get her out around that 40 or 45, and then do that. But
it's the question is, you keep running when you're picking up 5 or 6 yards, but now you got confidence in 3rd and 4 that you can get it. Clock stop with 6:43 to go. Knights have 2 wide receivers on each side. Bading again wanting to throw the football. Looks, he's got a man. It's Canny. It is complete for a first down. He'll step out of bounds around the 37-yard line, a pickup of 17, and that'll move the chains.
I was just going to say, look for Carson Canny because that's the guy that we're going to go to. We went on an out pattern there. Now we got it out at the 38-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with something over the middle here. They got the wind at their back. Now's a good time to start throwing the football.
37th catch of the season for Canny. Knights hustling up to the line of scrimmage, wanting to get into some hurry-up. Biter splits out to the right, 2 down here on the short side of the field to the left. Bading going to hand it off, and Hoffman gets through the initial wave, weaving his way, and now dives forward out to the 45-yard line. A pickup of 7. And Doug, that was just a really patient run. He got it, kind of had to stop as there was defenders around him. They went by, and then he ended up making his run from there.
I'm telling you, he's a real treat to watch. The Kuemper fans that don't come to the games, especially when we're at home, if you get a chance to come and watch him play, he's a really good young running back. 2nd and 3 now for Kuemper.
Biter, Sundrup will split out to the right. 1 wide receiver out here to the left. That's a Logan Ryle. Hoffman now comes out to the left. Empty backfield out of the shotgun for Bading. Takes the snap, wants to look downfield. He's going down the sideline, and Hoffman almost made a beautiful one-handed catch, but it'll come off the fingertips. That one's slightly overthrown. It's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 4 yards to go again.
Yeah, they just sent Hoffman up the sideline on that and slipped that ball right in between the linebacker and the corner and almost made a nice catch on it. Brock overthrew it just a little bit. 5:49 now left here in the first quarter. Kuemper got 3rd and 3.
Yep, they're at the 45-yard line of Southeast Valley. They're going to put Canny out to the right. 1 wide receiver and Glenn to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation for Bading. Going in motion right now, Sundrup. They're going to snap it back to Bading. He's going to roll out to the right, looks downfield, and the ball is tipped away and almost intercepted. That would have been about the 38-yard line of Southeast Valley. Gage Jones back there, one of the guys in coverage. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4, and Doug, decision time right now for the Knights.
Well, I know what they're going to do. They're going to try to draw them off. That'll be the first thing that they try to do. They may end up ultimately going for it, but they're definitely going to try to draw them off sides. They're bringing in their power package, too, with Tate Barrett, along with Ryan Lucas, a young freshman, just having a really nice season.
Yeah, he has done well for them. 11 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Glenn will split out to the right. Canny splits to the left. Power formation with Baiting out of the shotgun, running back on each side of him. They do snap it. They're going to hand it off to Hoffman. Fights his way forward and pushes the pile out to the 50. Good push up front, but he's got some strength himself. He'll pick out 5. It'll move the chains. And the Knights will have the ball at midfield with 5:39, actually still 5:39 to go as the clock is not running.
Reed Steiger and Preston Benami, really nice blocks. 2 sophomores in there for the Knights, starting 3 offensive linemen that are sophomores tonight. So Kuemper's got the ball now right at midfield.
Knights will split out Biter and Canny to the right. Glenn splits out here to the left. Hoffman will line up to the right of Baiting out of the shotgun. 3 down linemen for Southeast Valley. They're going to fake the handoff, some play action, looking down the middle, ball overthrown, and it's intercepted. Picking it off that time was Jasky, and that is his 3rd interception of the season, and he's going to return it out to the 40. Baiting will go down and make the tackle, but he's going to be out around the 43-yard line. So Doug, an overthrow. That's the danger sometime of throwing it across the middle. If you overthrow it, you can have that ball picked off, and that's what happened there.
Yeah, but I got to give Brock a little credit there. He didn't make a good throw, but I'll tell you what, he was mad at himself, and he ran that guy down to make the tackle. So, but anyways, towards the drive, he did have Canny wide open on that across the middle. Just missed him, overthrew him by a couple yards.
So Southeast Valley will have it at their own 43-yard line. 5:07 left.
Check out that Harvest Moon coming up over there in the east, Jeff.
Southeast Valley now their 9th interception of the season. They're going to drop back. The pass is on the way, complete to Jasky. Takes a hard hit from Kent Sanders and a couple of flags coming out, Doug, and that looked like, and I think they're going to call it a shot to the head because the forearms came up and maybe got him high.
Yeah, that wasn't anything intentional. It was just bam, bam, but it was 2 kids coming together, and he collided him. So they're going to call that a personal foul every time.
5-yard gain on the play.
Like I said, it was not intentional. He was almost defending himself because they were going to hit one way or the other.
Personal foul penalty going to go against Sanders. That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
So it gives the Southeast Valley Jaguars a little momentum now. That's going to be a first down at the Kuemper 36-yard line. So the Kuemper defense is going to have to pick it up here.
They'll work it now. Ball down to the 46-yard line. Jones and Jasky will split out to the left. 1 wide receiver out here to the right. That is Harrison. Van Sickle rolls out to his left, looks downfield, just flips it off to Hansen, and Hansen going to get a nice gain. He is popped and hit out of bounds, but he's going to get down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line, a pickup of 8 on the play. Van Sickle right now, I've got him at 4 of 5 in the passing game.
You know, this is about the 4th game where we've seen a team that's got a really good, strong quarterback that can run or throw, so you have to be very conscious of him at all times and make sure that you keep him in the pocket. And right now we're not getting a lot of pressure on him. The line from Southeast Valley is doing a good job of keeping our linebackers at bay.
Shotgun formation, 2nd and 2 from the 28. Ball is snapped. They try to hand it off to Hansen. He bobbles it, but is able to fall on it. That's going to be a loss. Back to around the 33-yard line. So 32, it's going to bring up, we'll call it 3rd and around 6 to go as they'll mark it in between the 32 and 33-yard line. Doug just couldn't get that handoff that time, and for Southeast Valley, lucky they were able to jump on top of it.
You and I were talking earlier. Kuemper's only forced 3 fumbles all year, so the other team's doing a good job, but maybe we just aren't hitting quite as hard as we need to with the ball carriers. I'm not quite sure, but Barrett almost came away with that one.
Shotgun formation again for Van Sickle. Rolls out. Pressure comes. He gets away from Biter. Now brings it back to the left side. Points downfield. Breaks another tackle that time.
Getting away from Sanders.
Yep, and Sanders will bring him down. It's going to be a gain of about maybe even a loss of a half a yard on that one, Doug. Loss of about a yard on the play. Going to bring up 4th and 6, but broke a couple of tackles from some pretty good tacklers there, and I think they probably will go for it. You're kind of in that tough situation right now.
You and I were talking on the way up here. Once in a while, sometimes we'll just get a little too aggressive with our tackling. In that case, we were just a dead sprint. Tate came in from the the defensive right side and had him dead to rights, and he just kind of stepped around him, and then we missed and would have had him for about a 10-yard loss as it's 4th now and now 8.
Jaski and Jones split out here to the right. Also splitting out is Johnson. They're going to throw it short. Johnson makes the catch. Knights miss a tackle, and the tackle going to be made eventually by Barrett down at the 21-yard line, but that is going to be a pickup of 15 or 12 on the play. It's going to be enough for the first down.
Yeah, they're picking on young sophomore Heinrichs, giving them a little too much space on that 4th and 8. You've got to make sure that you contain, but playing too far off of him, and it was an easy pitch and catch for Southeast Valley with a first down now on Kuemper's 21.
4th catch of the night fourth catch of the season, I should say, for Johnson. Van Sickle again out of the shotgun, throws it out. It is complete to Jaski, makes the first man miss and weaves his way down near the 16-yard line. They're going to give him the 15. We're going to give him a pickup of about 5.5 on the play. And they continue to move the chains.
They're marking it 6 yards, but they're coming in a very confident bunch, and now they're moving the football. So going to be down 2nd down now on the 15-yard line, 2nd and 4.
2:30 left here in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game again between Kuemper and Southeast Valley, but Southeast Valley threatening to get the first points on the board here tonight. Jaski will split out to the right along with Jones. One wide receiver out to the left. They'll send Hansen in motion out of the backfield. They snap it to Van Sickle, who wanted to keep that, but the Knights came with some pressure off the edge and were able to wrap him up and bring him down. And was that Kent Sanders, Doug, that got in there?
Well, it was Ryan Sundrup that made the initial tackle, came in and blitzed from well, not actually blitzed, but they just kind of left him come in because they were going to take the play right.
And have done a good job of kind of containing Van Sickle so far in the run game.
Other than the one play where they let him get loose and make the pass, but we've just got to play a little bit tighter coverage on the corners.
I've got him 6 of 6 in the carries 6 yards in the run game right now. Harrison will split out to the left. 2 wide receivers in Jones and Jaski split to the right. Van Sickle rolls out, looks downfield, throws it into the flat. It is complete to Jaski, and he's going to fight his way down to the 4-yard line. Nope, let's give him the 5-yard line, a pickup of 11 on the play.
Yeah, there again, just way too much room from our corners. We've got to play a little bit closer. He had about 5 yards of free space there. It was an easy pitch and catch again, so Southeast Valley in business, big time. First down at the first 5.
First and goal from the 5-yard line. Ball over near the right hash mark. Johnson will split out to the left. Jaski and Jones to the right. Van Sickle out of the shotgun with Hansen lined up to his right. They're going to keep it with Van Sickle. Fights his way forward. He's going to be stood up, though. And no gain on the play. Good push up front that time by the defensive line, Doug, because he was hit at the line of scrimmage and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, Kobe Pearson there at the bottom of that pile, but Kent Sanders come up, made a big hit, so 55 seconds. We're almost through the first quarter already.
Yeah. Second down and goal to go. Ball still at the 5-yard line. They'll probably get at least one more play off here as they're going left or right. Harrison again splits.
Wasted that wind that they had at their back.
Harrison splits out to the left. Jaski will split to the right. They'll send a man in motion. Van Sickle again going to keep it, trying to get that left edge. Now cuts it back in. Does a good job again of containing him that time by Austin Heinrichs. The tackle going to be made at the 4, a pickup of 1 on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal, and we'll see if they snap another one. They don't have to. 16 seconds on the game clock and 27 on the play clock.
That was really well played by Heinrichs on that play there. He made sure they got the turn in, and then the tackle. I didn't see who came in and made the tackle. It's probably one of our linebackers again.
Scoreless first quarter here as it comes to a close, but the Jaguars have it 3rd and goal from the Knight 4-yard line. We're back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7.
Napa is your trusted source for automotive parts, accessories, and know-how for your car, truck, SUV, and farm equipment. We offer a complete performance machine shop, extensive tool and equipment department, and hydraulic hoses while you wait. So whether it's a replacement part for your daily driver or you are just in need for a professional machine shop, you can trust your locally owned and operated Napa store. Make it a point to stop in and see the pros. Napa, Highway 30 West in Carroll. Napa, we are so much more than a parts store.
When you need a quick meal or one on the go, your Carroll Pizza Ranch has great deals for carry-out and delivery. Order online and get 8 pizzas of Country's Best Chicken with potato wedges for only $20. How about 2 large pizzas for $25? Or get 2 medium single-topping pizzas, cheesy ranch sticks, and a cactus bread for just $20. Check out these deals and more at PizzaRanch.com today and order hot and fresh. Pizza Ranch, located off Highway 30 in Carroll, open 7 days a week.
Whoa, that's good.
welcome you back here again on Kick 106.7. Jeff Langwood along with Doug Waniger with you here tonight. As the Jaguars of Southeast Valley have it 3rd and goal, 11th play of this drive that started at their own 43-yard line after the Jaski interception. Van Sickle out of the shotgun's got Hansen lined to his right, trips to the right as well. They're going to roll him to the right. He's going to set up. His pressure comes from Leonard. He's going to step away from it now, throws it into the end zone, and is it intercepted?
Glenn.
Or is he out of bounds? Griffin Glenn out of bounds, so it's going to bring up 4th and goal. And, Doug, I think that time he just threw that one to be out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought he was going to, but good pressure by the freshman Leonard, and there it looks like they're going to probably come in and try to kick the field goal here. Because it's only going to be about a 22-yarder. But
I've got issues over on KCIM I've got to work on right now. Doug, if you can handle this here real quick.
Valley lining up for a field goal right now. Number 4, that is Spencer Peterson. Kick is on its way, and it's good. No good. No good. So a long drive ends for nothing for Southeast Valley after they picked off the pass and took it down, and Kuemper will take over with a first down on the 20-yard line.
Sorry, folks.
Brock Bading bringing the team back out, and I think Brock was a little upset with himself last time, Jeff, when he threw that pick, and Kemper's going to come back out and come to the line pretty quickly. Now they go into a huddle. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Kemper just starting the second quarter here, 11:48 left in the second quarter. 0-0 as Kuemper breaks the huddle. Biter goes out left, Glenn out right, Canny out right. Hoffman is the handoff, and blocking breaks down that time, so only about a 1-yard gain, if that, probably a little bit less. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now for Kuemper.
And you said Hoffman on the carry there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Hoffman for no. Did you get things fixed over there?
No, I'm still having to deal with it. So
beautiful night for football up here in Gowrie. So Kuemper breaks the huddle, 2nd and 10 now.
All right, now hopefully I'm back. 2nd and 10 from the 20. We've got a whistle and a flag coming over on the sidelines here. Knight started this possession again at their own 20-yard line after that missed field goal. We're going to get a 5-yard penalty on Southeast Valley. Their 2nd of the ball game. Doug, 2nd time they've moved early here tonight.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for the coach because they've got us pinned back on our 20. 2nd down, so 5-yard walk-off. Kuemper comes to the line. Biter out right. Canny out right. Hand off to Hoffman. Weaves his way in and gets first down just gets past the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line. Good lead block out there by John Antover, the big 6'4 senior.
11-yard gain that time for Hoffman. 6 carries, 34 yards for him.
So Kuemper trying to take control of this game on the line. They're going into the wind right now, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to put it up long. That wind, those flags are blowing pretty strong out of the south, Jeff.
Shotgun formation again for Bading. Hands it off again to Hoffman. That time they stack it up at the line, but the line of scrimmage is going to be pushed forward. They'll get out near the 34-yard line, a pickup of 3 on the play, and it's going to bring up 2nd down. We'll call it 7 yards to go.
Good offensive push by Connor Keneally, the sophomore. Played really well this year, 6 foot 220, big strong kid. Kuemper comes to the line of scrimmage. Hoffman in the backfield with Bading. Can't see who the other number is.
They're going to snap it back to Bading. He's going to drop back, looks down the middle. He's got a man.
Biter.
And that is Tragan Biter making the catch. He is going to get across midfield, wrapped up at around the 45, 46-yard line. That is going to be a pickup of around 20 on the play, and that is going to move the chains.
Kuemper going right to the line of scrimmage. Now they got things rolling. They want to keep it moving quickly.
Now they love to run into the hurry up. They will. Bading out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Glenn split here to the right.
Waiting for the chain gang to get the chain set.
And they'll hand it off to Hoffman, hit by Van Sickle, but dives his way forward. Going to mark the knee down at around the 44-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 2 on the play.
One thing about Hoffman, he never gets cheated. He's going to give you every inch he can get. So now it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Knights. Hoffman in the backfield. Split out right is Biter. Got Griffin Glenn spin out right. Carson Canny in the slot. There's a snap.
They're going to hand it off again to Hoffman. Sorry, Doug, and he'll fight his way forward down to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play. We've got issues with KCIM going off the air every 10 seconds, so I'm getting texts from 13 different people trying to figure out how to fix that right now.
I think I can handle this for a little bit if I need to. That's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Knights. I'm guessing they're probably in 4-down territory here. But here again is where we look for Canny in many cases.
3rd down and 6, 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Culver's halftime report coming up. Bading's going to roll out to his left, throws it, and that one is complete to Canny. He'll dive forward, gets inside the 35 down to the 34, needed 6 and got 7. And that is going to be enough to move the chains.
Nice job of Bading, rolling out, good protection from the offensive line. You give Brock time to throw the ball, and he's going to throw darts.
Yeah, he is a good quarterback, but just 3 of 7 so far here tonight. So a little bit of a slow start for him. Started 1 of 5, so he's gotten into a little bit of a rhythm.
He usually misses his first 2 or 3 three-pointers too, doesn't he?
Yes. Well, some nights he doesn't miss any. Hoffman lines up to his right. They're going to roll him out that direction. He's got Hoffman in the flat. Goes deep, though, and making a break on the ball, and a good defense downfield as he was looking down there for Biter, and the ball knocked away that time by Casey Hansen. The sophomore cornerback came in.
That wasn't there.
Away.
That's a ball that probably shouldn't have been thrown. Brock should have just ate that and played for another down. But fortunately, it got knocked down, incomplete.
8:34 left here in the first half. Again, scoreless ball game, and our score updates are brought to you here tonight again by Drees Company, Eco Water Systems. Bading again out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, throws it again across the middle. Making the catch is Canny down at the 24-yard line. That's going to be really close to a first down, maybe just a little bit shy.
Yep, they're giving it to him.
Yep, just enough for that first down.
That's kind of our bread and butter play, Jeff. If we can keep hitting that pass, as the field gets shorter, it becomes a little bit more difficult, but that's where the running game with Hoffman has really helped us excel and become more of a complete offense. Opens up a lot more options for us.
So Biter and Canny split out to the left. Griffin Glenn split to the right. 2 guys in the backfield with Bading. Hands the football off to Hoffman. Finds a crease up the middle. Keeps those legs churning. Almost falling out of the tackle. And he's going to get all the way down to the 17-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 to go.
That was an impressive job of blocking by the offensive line. All those guys up front. Got to give them all credit. Hayden Vanami, Connor Keneally, Preston Vanami. All did well, and then a really good hard run by Hoffman. So it's going to be 2nd down and 3 now at about the
17.
17.
Biter and Canny again split out to the left. They're going to hand it off, and Hoffman weaving his way down to around the 15 will give him a pickup of about a yard. He's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it a yard to go. They're at the 15. Got to get just inside the 15.
A lot of teams, in this situation go under center and, just try to sneak it. Kuemper doesn't do that very often. Brock's legs aren't as strong as some of those big, strong, hard-running quarterbacks. His strength is more in his arm. Hoffman takes the handoff, and he's going to sprint. Ooh, almost break loose. Gets down to the 6-7 yard line. And he's slow getting up right now. He took a pop at the end of that. And I think we're going to have a timeout as Hoffman's still not getting up.
So a pickup of about 10 on that play.
Took a good hard hit right at the end of that. Looks like he's holding a shoulder maybe. He is somebody we definitely need in the lineup. Really opens up our game.
Yeah, your offense has changed since he got implemented into the lineup.
There he's popping up. Looks like
that's
he's
a good sign to see.
Yep, sprinting off. Good for him.
Timeout on the field right now. I still working on that issue on KCIM, folks. I'm going to step away for 30 seconds, try to help them out. We're back right after. Community Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders and is pleased to help sponsor tonight's game. Community Insurance Agency is more than just their name. It's the core foundation of what they believe in, the community. For quality protection at prices you can afford, backed by their fast, friendly service, call one of their agents today at 712-999-2288 or stop in at their office in Coon Rapids. Go Crusaders! out of the shotgun is going to take the snap, going to roll out to the left. He wanted Candy to cut to the corner, and Candy did an out and then up into the end zone. He would have been wide open for a touchdown if he'd have taken that out into the flat. That's what Bading read. He'll throw it incomplete, and it's going to bring up second down now and 10 to go.
A little surprised we went back to the air on that, but Hoffman's back in the lineup. Kuemper bringing a couple new lineup, bringing their big power lineup, bringing Nash Leonard in, also bringing in Tate Barrett. That's part of that power lineup. Additionally, Ryan Lucas, the freshman, is in there to block. But a little surprised they went to the air that quickly. We've been running the ball so well.
Shotgun formation coming up here. They're going to hand it off. Hoffman trying to weave his way in, gets down to around the 3-yard line. And that is going to be a pickup on the play. It's going to bring up third down now from around the, around the 3-yard line.
Probably 4-down territory again here for Kuemper, as it's third and goal from the 3. Likely to look for something here with Hoffman up the middle with Barrett blocking.
And they're going to hand it off to Hoffman. He's going to fight his way forward, but it's hit and stood up at the 1 and doesn't quite get in. So a pickup of 2, and it's going to be fourth down now and a goal to go. Clock ticking with 5:45 to go here in this first quarter
they're
play.
Right on the half-yard line, probably going to sneak it here. And they do. And we're in. Looks like we're well in
there is. Yep, touchdown call by the guy over here on the right sideline. So the Knights was that. Sorry, Doug, I was looking down again trying to type who carried.
Brock carried it on a sneak.
Okay, 1
got
yard
a good lead block
run
from Hayden Benami, and the Knights are up now 6-0. 5:38 left in the second quarter in what's been a quick-moving ball game as Charlie Mayhall lines up
for the extra point. Mayhall on the year is 25 of 26 on extra points. The snap's there. The hold is down. The kick is up. It is good. And the Knights have taken a 7-0 lead with 5:38 to go in this first half of play. We'll step away, take a break. Back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7.
Door got a dent? Hood got a ding? Tony's Corner Body and Paint will get rid of that thing. That window crack and that fender scratch has met its match. Tony's Corner Body and Paint. If the repair is big or the repair is small, Tony's Corner Body and Paint does it all. Tony personally guarantees all auto body repairs because he repairs it himself. Tony's Corner Body and Paint. Get a free quote. Main Street in Coon Rapids or call 712-999-DENT.
When you buy from a local business, like one of the New Way Auto Group dealerships, the money stays right here in the local community. Supporting local businesses helps our local economy, and that lets us help local organizations, schools, and giving back to our community. Good luck to all players from the New Way Auto Group dealerships with locations in Coon Rapids, Jefferson, and Pocahontas.
Kuemper's kickoff is going to go out of bounds, and it is going to go out of bounds at around the 30, so a flag on the play. Southeast Valley can either force a re-kick, Doug, or they can take the ball
on the
at around the 35, and I think they're going to take it at the 35-yard line, and that is what they are going to do. Knights trying to kick that one over towards the sideline, but it ended up going out of bounds. 5:38 left here in the first half. Our Culver's halftime report coming up. Knights lead it right now by a score of 7-0.
Kuemper's got a number in there. Cole Honlos, the senior, getting some playing time on this possession. That kick almost worked because it bounced out and then kind of came back in, and we almost were able to cover it. But 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at the 35.
They'll send Jones in motion. Dropping back and breaking on it beautifully that time, Griffin Glenn. He has got a ton of interceptions already this year, 5 coming into this ballgame, Doug. Beautiful read on that one. Jumped that pattern, just had it slip through the fingertips.
Yeah, he couldn't have played that any better. It was just thrown a little bit to the inside shoulder, and he wasn't quite able to get around. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now for the Jaguars, 5:34. So let's hope the Knights can use that touchdown to gain that momentum, get it going on the defensive side, and maybe put some distance between them and this Jaguar team.
Pistol formation this time for Van Sickle. Hansen will line up behind him. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Van Sickle going to drop back. Leonard with a little pressure up the middle. He's going to drop back, tosses it downfield just over the defender's head. Was that brought in by Jaski?
Yeah,
it was down at the 47-yard line of Kuemper. So that is going to be a pickup of 18 on the play. And, Doug, that was almost intercepted that time by Ryan Sundrup.
Yeah, he almost got up high enough to get it. But, again, they're finding those holes in our seam. And, you know, you give them a big first down on a play like that. Gained about
27.
25, 27 yards.
Yep.
So they're not going to go away. Kippers, we're not getting any rush on either, or at least not getting to him. Here we go, second down and first and 10 now.
Fake the handoff again. Pressure comes from the outside, and this time they're going to get to Van Sickle. Tackle made all the way back at around the 43-yard line. Doug, who was all in on that one because they came?
Ryan Sundrup and Kobe Pierce.
Kobe Pierce
was the first one to get there from his nose guard position, so that's going to cost Southeast Valley 3 yards. Clock's going to keep running here now. 4:47 left in the second quarter. 7-0 Knights.
Loss of 4 on the play. Going to bring up second down and 14. 7-0. Kuemper with the lead. Score updates again brought to you by Drees Company, Eco Water Systems. We're coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athlete fuel, recover, and perform.
Knights got a lot of youngsters in there, freshmen and sophomore in that lineup, playing that defensive line.
Van Sickle out of the shotgun, drops back. They throw a quick one. It is partially tipped and knocked away that time by Connor Keneally. It'll fall incomplete. Going to bring up third down and 14.
Line pressure that time again from Ryan Sundrup. I can't tell if Healy's been back in the ball game or not. I don't think he has. He went out injured early in the game, but he's a real force on that defensive line. And certainly hope he's okay and gets a chance to come back in and play.
4:18 to go here in the first half of play.
Third and 14.
Johnson going to split out to the right. Third down 14 from the 48-yard line. Ball over on the right hash mark. 2 wide receivers out to the left. Van Sickle out of the shotgun. They set up a screen play. It's taken away. Van Sickle now scrambles out to his right. He's going to go deep downfield. Griffin Glenn going to have his 6th interception of the season, and he does. He's got some blockers out in front of him. He's out to the 40 already. Now out to the 45. He's got the sideline. Makes a couple of guys miss, and he's going to go out of bounds right at midfield. Outstanding job again from Griffin Glenn.
Griffin Glenn just played center field out there, and that ball got up, and he was the only one there to catch it, took it away and returned it about 30 yards, so Kemper's going to be in business.
And I think that time they almost used that one, Doug, as a punt. He just kind of launched it as far as he could throw it. Probably felt like on 3rd and 14 they were either going to punt it on the next down or they were going to throw the interception, and I don't think he wanted that kind of a return, though.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kuemper, establish that run game against the wind here.
Logan Riles going to split out to the right, 2 wide receivers out to the left. They'll send Canny in motion. They're going to hand it off to him, cuts back inside, and he'll get down near the 45-yard line, pick up of 5 on the play.
Carson's
and that's going to bring up second down and 5 to go. That is just his 8th carry of the season.
Yeah, it was just a few yards, but he picked up 5 on that.
Doubled his output. He had 5 yards on the year. Now he's got 10.
I think I'd just like to get the ball in his hands a little bit more. I'm looking for Hoffman here.
Biter, Candy split out to the right. Again, Ryle splits to the left. They'll hand it off to Hoffman and hit right at the line of scrimmage, but those legs never stop, and he'll find his way down near the 42-yard line. A pickup of 3 on the play. 15 carries, 67 yards unofficially for him. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
He's just such a good running back. It would be nice if he was just a little bit taller, but he's about 5'9", but boy, his legs are like tree trunks. And as long as he's going north and south, he just keeps driving, and he'll get an extra yard or 2 just about every time after contact.
So Biter and Canny again going to split to the right. Logan Ryle will split out to the left. Hoffman lines up to the left, debating out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes it. They want to go deep. They're going downfield for Biter.
That's a flag.
And, that's going to be a flag. Didn't turn the back, ran over and got in front of him and just put the arms up in the air. That's going to go on Jaski.
Yep, that's going to be interference every time.
Yep. Flag came in right away.
Good play fake by Brock Baiting on that. They did a play fake to Hoffman up the middle and then tried to hit Biter on the sprint.
That's going to be the 3rd penalty here tonight against Southeast Valley, and that's going to be a big one because that's going to put Kuemper in scoring position here.
Kemper needs a
mark it
touchdown
off.
here. They need to put some distance between them and this team. This team's, like I said,
been playing well here tonight. Absolutely.
They've not backed down as we knew they wouldn't. You know, they were just a state champion about, 3 years ago? So these kids, they know how to win.
South Central Calhoun, Erlenmeyer scoreless at the halftime. St. Edmund leading Glidden Ralston 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. Baiting out of the shotguns, got trips out here to the right. One wide receiver to the left. Hoffman now in motion right to left. They're going to hand it off to him. Slips a tackle in the backfield. Had a wall set up to the left side. Gets in behind that wall and picks up 9 down to around the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up, I think, third down and probably about a yard to go.
I really like the way the young Kemper offensive lineman got out there. Preston Vanami, and along with Reed Steiger, downfield knocking bodies over. So puts Kemper down at about the 20-yard line, 19-yard line with a 2nd and 1.
Ball at the 18, shotgun formation for Bating. Hands it off to Hoffman, weaves his way up the middle, started left, and then sidestepped and come up the middle. He'll get down to the 15, a pickup of 3 on the play. It'll be enough to move the chains. They'll stop the clock while they do that. And the Knights will have it first down and 10 from the 15-yard line.
This young offensive line really starting to come together, Jeff. They've probably been another one of the really nice surprises is seeing these young kids. We lost Deal early in the season, and we've had just somebody else steps in. The other thing is we got 2 or 3 kids that can come in and spell them when they need to.
Baiting out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls out to his right, had a couple of wide receivers out there, has some pressure, throws it up and throws it out of bounds over the head of Carson Canny. Good defense that time by this Jaguar defense. And Doug Bating's hit some big passes here so far tonight, but 4-11 in the game. Got to give some credit to the secondary here tonight of Southeast Valley defending against a good receiving corps.
Yeah, and, we got a little bit shorter field now. Again, we're doing well running the ball. I'd like to just keep pounding it when we get it down here, but want to kind of keep mixing it up, too, and see what passing opportunities are going to be. In the 2nd and 10 now from the
Griffin
15.
Glenn splits out to the left. 2 wide receivers out here to the right. Canny and Biter are those 2 receivers. Baiting out of the shotgun, fakes the handoff. They try to set up the screen to Hoffman, but it was blown up beautifully that time by Southeast Valley, and I think that was Van Sickle that came in and put the immediate pressure on him. It's going to bring up third down and 10 now from the 15-yard line.
Van Sickle's a really good athlete. The other one that was in there was number 88, Ian Bruner. That play didn't have a chance, so now it's going to be third down and 10. And
Bruner, just a sophomore, Doug, 6'3", 195, has 2 sacks already on the year. Minute 44 to go here in the half.
They definitely have some size, maybe lacking some of the quickness and the athleticism that the Kuemper Knights
Sounds like
have.
they've had some injuries, too, that
they've
have impacted this team early on. Baiting out of the shotgun again. It's got twin receivers to the left. That's the short side of the field. And now we get a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Kuemper. They'll have it 3rd and 10 with a minute 44 to go in the first half. They've got it at the 15-yard line. We're back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
If you have a project that needs to be done, turn to Moore Construction in Coon Rapids. Whether it's new construction, remodeling, or cosmetic makeovers, trust the professionals at Moore Construction. Call 712-684-7667 for a free estimate. Also, for all your lumber and other building material needs, make it Moore Lumber on Main Street in Coon Rapids. Moore Lumber and Construction, locally owned and operated, and proud sponsors of Coon Rapids Baird Athletics.
Coming to you live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Of course, our motor and player of the game coming up here in the post game here tonight. We also have our Culver's halftime report coming up, and Doug jinxed us here a little bit ago when he mentioned that the first half was moving along
moving along pretty fast.
Yeah, but it's slowed down, and now the second half's going to drag. That's the radio jinx. I know how it works.
No.
Well,
we started throwing the ball and having incomplete passes instead of hammering it like within, and we were having good success in the ground.
Biter and Canny out to the right. One wide receiver, Logan Rowd to the left. They're going to look for him, or is that Griffin Glenn? And that is Griffin Glenn, and he makes the catch. And 2 steps that they haven't given the signal yet. Are they going to say touchdown? Look like he made the catch in the end zone. They're going to say incomplete. I'm guessing, Doug, that they're going to say maybe he was bobbling before he got the feet, because it looked like the feet were in. But whether or not he had control, he had his back to us, so it was hard to be able to see that. Yep.
Far enough away, but either way, it's going to be 4th and 10, but just a hair overthrown. But it was great coverage back there, too, so if he'd have thrown it any shorter, it might have been picked off. And right now, at least we have a shot here to get a first down on 4th and 10.
And the Knights going to go for it here. They do not have the field goal kicking crew in. So Bading will come out in the shotgun. He's got Biter split out to the right, trips to the left.
Definitely in a
They're going to send Hoffman now in motion to the right, and we get another whistle and a timeout. And this one, again, going to be taken by Kuemper. We're back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Coon Bowl in Coon Rapids. It's a great place to bring your family for a fun night of entertainment. They've got 8 lanes of bowling, plus they serve great burgers. In fact, burgers that were voted one of the top 10 best burgers in the state. Plus, they've got a full menu of great food, something for everybody. So plan a night out and head to Coon Bowl in Coon Rapids for dinner and a game of bowling. Located on 6th Street, Coon Bowl, voted best burger in Iowa. Proud supporters of the Coon Rapids Bear Crusaders and all area teams.
Jeff Blankman and Doug Waniger with you up here in beautiful Gallery, Iowa, home of the Southeast Valley Jaguars. The Kuemper Knights right now leading Southeast Valley 7-0. Knights, I don't know if you want to say threatening. They have the ball at the Jaguar 15, Doug, but they face a 4th down and 10. So I don't know if you can call that still threatening with it being 4th and 10.
Well, after 3 straight incompletions, they've got good coverage on our receivers. We have not been able to break through, and I'm thinking if we had this to run back, we probably would have run it a couple of times, because we are running the football well as Ryle sprints out here right to get set.
He will split out to the right, trips again to the left. Hoffman in the backfield will drift out now into the right. So the 2 to the right and 3 to the left. There's pressure coming from the outside. They go across the middle, and it's knocked away. Good defense by Brady Hansen. And the Knights going to come up empty, similar to what happened here a little bit ago with Southeast Valley missing a short field goal here a little bit ago. So that lead will remain at 7-0. And our score updates again brought to you by Drees Company and Eco Water System.
Yeah, now with 1:33 left here in the second quarter before halftime, the Kuemper defense is going to have to be on their toes, keep everything in front of them, don't let them have anything over the top. Let's get some pressure on that quarterback, too.
Southeast Valley will have it at their own 15-yard line. Van Sickle comes out in the shotgun, takes the snap, wants to keep it on the right side. He's got some running room, makes one man miss, and then there's a good sure tackle. I think that maybe was...
and he's not getting
up. Slow to get up.
It was a good hard hit by one of our Carson Canny.
Carson Canny came up and wrapped him up around the ankles. He's up and okay.
Carson is not afraid to lay the lumber on you this year.
7-yard gain on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Ball out to the 22-yard line. It's on the right hash mark. Clock going to tick under a minute to go, and I think Southeast Valley, Doug, now going to be in no hurry. They'll probably be happy to go to halftime.
Yeah, and they played a good first half, so they're going to go back through and say, hey, guys, we can play with these kids. Let's not have any doubts about who we are and what we can get done.
Their defense held Greene County last week to 7. They're going to hand the football off up the middle, and Brady Hansen fighting his way, and he's going to be tackled, but not before he gets out to the 34-yard line. Pick up a 12 on the play, and that'll move the chains. Now they may, they've got 3 timeouts remaining, so now with that bigger run, they might be able to do something, and we've got a timeout on the field called by Southeast Valley. We'll step away back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Heritage Insurance wants to wish the Coon Rapids Bear Crusaders good luck. Heritage Insurance offers years of experience in protecting all your assets with personalized customer service that you can always trust. Let their staff answer all your insurance questions. Call for your appointment today. 792-999-2263. That's 999-2263. Good luck, Crusaders, from everyone at Heritage Insurance.
Seconds left in regulation before we head into the Culver's halftime. Knights on defense right now. Southeast Valley 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Ball over on the left hash mark. Gage Jones splits out here to the left.
It's likely a big play here. If they make something out of this, then they're going to try to hit the end zone.
Shotgun formation. They're going to hand it off again to Brady Hansen, trying to get the outside. And good job again. And I think that's Carson Candy coming up and tripping him up from his safety position. Actually, that's Austin Heinrich, number 3.
Good tackle by Austin.
Yep, tackle going to be made out at the 37-yard line, a pickup of about 3 on the play.
And now it does appear they're just going to let the clock run out. You know, it's one thing. Yep. Jeff, I'm watching Kuemper bring players in and out. We've got a lot of kids that come in and spell each other, so it's definitely an advantage as the game goes on.
And that's something that you've talked about this year, is the depth that Kuemper has built this year with a lot of sophomore and freshmen seeing playing time. And that is going to be the final play of the first half here. Kuemper will take a 7-0 lead into the Culver's halftime report. We're back with that coming up next year on Kick 106.7.
From bump, set, spike to the crack of the bat. At Motor Inn of Carroll, we love our high school sports, and we love the opportunity to support our local schools, athletes, coaches, and parents. Through the hard work of our kids, we get the enjoyment of watching and listening to their activities. Other life lessons, like teamwork and citizenship, help create outstanding young women and men we are so proud to sponsor. Good luck to all of our local sports teams. From Motor Inn of Carroll.
Smithfield Foods is an American-based food company committed to producing high-quality, wholesome, and affordable food. They want you to join their team in Carroll. They are hiring general production individuals, and the starting pay is amazing at $19.55 per hour. You'll also get a generous benefits package. You'll get paid holidays, paid time off, medical, vision, dental insurance, and more. Visit smithfieldfoods.com/Carroll to apply online. Smithfield Foods, equal opportunity employer, including disability and veterans.
At Collins Aerospace, we believe in investing in our employees' future. That's why we are proud to offer our Employee Scholar Program. Whether you want to pursue a professional certificate or a degree related to the industry, we offer full tuition reimbursement and even paid study time. Our Employee Scholar Program is the perfect tool to help achieve the future you've been dreaming of. At Collins, we don't just want to offer you a job, we want to offer you a career and a future in aerospace. For details on the Collins Aerospace Employee Scholar Program, visit us at careers.rtx.com.
For over 50 years, Pringer's Lumberland has been your trusted destination for all things furniture and flooring. Hi, it's Matt Pringer, third generation in our family-owned business. We understand the importance of creating spaces where memories are made and cherished. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, personalized service, and unbeatable value has made us a staple in the community. Pringer's Lumberland is more than just a furniture store. We're part of your community, and when you shop with us, you're not just furnishing your home, you're investing in the livelihood of your neighbors. Pringer's Lumberland, Highway 30 West in Carroll.
Looking to boost your brand? Top Loft makes it easy with custom online stores for businesses, sports teams, and organizations. Enhance your brand's visibility with a tailor-made store showcasing your logo, colors, and designs. Enjoy endless customization options, choose styles, colors, and add your unique touch to every product. Plus, their streamlined ordering system ensures a smooth experience for you and your customers. Elevate your brand with Top Loft in downtown Carroll, or visit toploftclothing.com and start building your online store today.
Financial planning can be easy to avoid, but in these uncertain times, it should be your top priority. Now is the time to put Silverleaf Wealth Management on your team. Whether you want to plan for retirement, better manage your investment assets, or fund your kids' education, Silverleaf Wealth Management can help you discover, design, and implement a plan for pursuing your goals. Visit us online or schedule a consultation with me, Ann Slechta, today by calling or texting us at 712-775-2251. This is Silverleaf Wealth Management of Carroll, Iowa.
Halftime show brought to you tonight by Culver's, celebrating 40 years in business and 12 years in Carroll. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. Jeff Blankman along with Doug Wanderger with you here tonight, and we have had a defensive first half here tonight. We'll talk about the numbers here in just a little bit, Doug. But right now here at the half, the Knights on top here by a score of 7-0. And you look at it, I say a defensive half. It's because we really haven't had big plays. Southeast Valley's first drive was 11 plays. Kemper's first drive was 9. Southeast Valley's second drive, 10 plays. Kemper's second drive, 16 plays. Southeast Valley's third drive was 5 plays. That ended in an interception. Then Kuemper had an 8-play drive that ended in a turnover on downs to 15. Then Southeast Valley ran 4 plays before the end of the first half. So it's not like the defenses are dominating. They're bending and not breaking, because if you're an offense and you're getting 10 to 15, 16 play drives almost every time you have the football, you feel like you're moving the ball pretty well.
Yeah, and we've done really well on the ground, and we've made a few pass plays when we needed to, and I think you're going to see Kuemper come back out and try to establish the ground game in the second half, or at least I think they would anyway, because we were doing so well with it when we stayed with the ground. I mean, we very seldom got stopped for less than 3 to 4 yards and had several 6-7 yard gains with Hoffman running the football.
Doug, what's the defense been like here tonight for Kuemper, and how have they been able to hold Van Sickle? I've got him right now, 10 carries, 10 yards. How have they been able to handle a very good athlete and kind of keep him under control?
Well, those linebackers are so fast and so effective. I mean, it's really hard for them to they're very seldom lose containment, and they've played several quarterbacks like him this year, so this is nothing new for them. But and they're good tacklers. We just need a little bit more rush, maybe from our defensive line when he's going back to pass, and then probably we've been a little bit soft on our coverage on the corners a couple of times. That picked up and got a little bit better as the game went on. But I think you'll see Kuemper come back and play a good second half.
And that softer coverage, that's something that it sounds like in a way that's Kuemper's style. Is they're not a press coverage team.
Right.
They like to drop back. They want to let the play happen in front of them and then come up and make tackles. I think they've done a good job of that tonight. They haven't given up really any. I think Johnson had the one broken tackle down here, but for the most part, they've made good, sure tackles out here on the perimeter.
Yeah, good two-arm tackles. Done a nice job, and all across the lineup too. And they're hitting. This is a good, hard-hitting football game. Like I said, I'm hoping that Kuemper's athleticism and depth helps them prevail here in the second half. But I talked to Coach when he went down here a second ago, Coach Lucas. And you could tell he wasn't happy. And he says, there'll be some words here, because the kids really weren't ready to play. I mean, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, okay, we're 6-1, they're 3-4, whatever the record is. And at the end of the season, you start looking at some of that stuff, and sometimes you got to go out there and play.
The mind's on next week maybe already.
You got to play and get hit in the mouth to realize, hey, we got to beat these kids.
And I tell you what, we talk about the secondary tackling. Well, you still don't want to give up 8 of 13 in the passing game, because then all it takes is one slip of a tackle, one deep ball where you bite on something, and all of a sudden you got a tie ball game.
Yeah, and all of a sudden 7-7.
For Kuemper here offensively, for as many plays as they've run, their yardage isn't great. I'll get into the yardage and everything here in a minute, but what has Southeast Valley been able to do, especially in the secondary and with the pressure they put on Brock? I mean, he's sitting 4 of 14 in the first half. That's not real good numbers for a really good quarterback.
Well, he's it's not that he's had a ton of pressure on him. A couple of times, obviously, they got to him, but it's not like some other games where he was running for his life. But our kids just can't get that separation, and that's, we've never, or this year, we don't have those really, really fast receivers like we did last year that they could just, separate from anybody. We're still young, a little bit underdeveloped at the receiver positions.
Is that the role Griffin Glenn's starting to grow into?
Griffin is definitely going to be one of those players. I mean, he is, like I said, I told you on the way up here, he reminds me a lot of Ben Gurkin, who I thought was just a phenomenal receiver and defensive back last year. He knows how to go get the football. That's how he knows how to do it. You saw him almost make that interception there at the 50-yard line, and he made one earlier or later in the second quarter where he picked it off and ran it back. But just good. But we're just not able to get the separation to get the receivers open. And a couple of times Brock missed them when they were open through the interception there in the first quarter.
Knight's been balanced on offense. I've got him 18 rushes, 14 passes. I get the sense that you're feeling that lean in the second half needs to be more towards the run game, because that's where the success has come here in the first half.
Well, I think that helps set up the passing game, but when we get into those short fields, it's tough to, especially when we don't have guys that can really break loose and get wide open, it makes it a little bit tougher to complete those passes. And all 4 of those pass plays that went incomplete there toward the end of the second quarter, there was good coverage. The one where it looked like maybe we had a touchdown over the top to Glenn, it was still great coverage.
Yep.
He just went up and got it. Unfortunately, didn't come in bounds,
or maybe
didn't have
just a little bit. Yeah.
But Kuemper will have the ball, I believe, to start the first half or second half.
They will have the football,
and hopefully have it with the wind. at our
Has
back.
the wind died down? You went outside.
Yeah,
Has
it's
it
still
died
blowing
down a
pretty
little
good.
bit?
I'd say it's died maybe a little, but it's still
But
blowing.
it's still blowing.
Pretty good.
Okay, our score here at the halftime, again, our Culver's halftime report, Kuemper 7 and Southeast Valley nothing. We're back with more of our Culver's halftime report coming up next right here on Kick 106.7.
For more than 40 years, Culver's has brought you fresh, never frozen deliciousness. And since 2012, we have been proud to serve the Carroll community. From mouth-watering burgers to our one-of-a-kind custards, our goal at Culver's is simple. Satisfy your hunger with the highest quality products delivered to you with a smile. Whether you are a coach, player, or parent, Culver's is the perfect destination to build team spirit. Come celebrate 12 years in Carroll with us.
Culver's, welcome to Delicious.
From footings to framing to finish, for farm, home, or commercial, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Hello, this is Dr. Michael Dirks, orthopedic surgeon with St. Anthony's. I'm excited to have joined the team here at St. Anthony's, your local sports injury experts. We perform knee arthroscopy with ACL reconstruction and meniscus repair, as well as shoulder arthroscopy with rotator cuff and labral repair. If you're suffering from hip, knee, or shoulder pain, give us a call so we can get you back to the playing field or back to the activities that you love doing.
St. Anthony Orthopedics, located on the St. Anthony campus. St. Anthony Regional Hospital. Always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Since 1925, Eco Water Systems has been proud to provide the Carroll area with the level of quality and service their customers deserve. Now, Dries Company could not be more excited to continue that tradition. That's right, Eco Water Systems is now Dries Company Eco Water Systems, combining 2 names you know and trust to provide you with the absolute best in your water needs. Dries Company Eco Water Systems. Call us today, 712-792-3434, or stop in and see us at 609 North Carroll Street. Let's solve your water issues together.
Kick 106.7 Weather Update.
Mainly cloudy skies expected tonight with lows around 50. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Daytime highs approaching 76 tomorrow. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Lows dip down to about 53 tomorrow night. Mainly clear skies. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paul Frobley. See the full forecast and the Brinks Exteriors radar at kick1067.com. Currently, it's 64 degrees.
Welcome you back here on the Culver's halftime report. Culver's again celebrating 40 years in business, and of course they've been in Carroll now for 12 years. Culver's, welcome to Delicious. Jeff Blankman along with Doug Waniger with you here today. I will say that I had a meal there earlier today.
Did you?
Yeah, I grabbed a little lunch there as I was running behind with everything that was trying to get done for today and tonight. But yeah, I love their food down there. But let's run through the numbers here in the first half. We'll start with Kuemper, the visiting team. Unofficial numbers. Jaron Hoffman, 17 carries, 79 yards. I got Brock just the 1 carry for 1 yard and the touchdown. Knights 80 yards on the ground here. Actually, Carson Candy with 5, so they've got 85 yards on the ground here in the first half. Throwing-wise, I got Baiting 4 of 14 for 54 yards. Carson Candy with 3 catches for 34 yards, and Tragan Biter with 1 catch for 20 yards. So they've got 139 yards of total offense in the first half.
Which is way below their standards.
Yep, absolutely. For Southeast Valley, Brady Hansen, 6 carries for 19 yards. Cale Van Sickle has got 10 carries for 10 yards. So I've got them for 29 yards of rushing in the first half. Van Sickle, 8 of 13 for 83 yards in the pass game. It is the Jasky kid Logan with 5 catches for 55 yards. You've got Johnson, 1 catch for 12 yards. Gage Jones, 1 catch for 8 yards. And Brady Hansen, 1 catch for 8 yards. So 29 yards on the ground, 83 yards in the air for a total offense of 112 here. Let's look at those drives here in the first half. Again, Southeast Valley started at their own 26-yard line on the first drive of the game, 11:54 to go in the first quarter. 11-play drive ended with a punt. The Knights would take over at their own 4-yard line with 7:40 to go in the first quarter. 9-play drive ended with Logan Jaskey intercepting Brock Bading. Southeast Valley then got the ball at their own 43-yard line. And a nice drive started it with 5:07 to go in the first quarter. A 10-play drive ended with a 21-yard field goal that was no good. And the Kuemper Knights held on to a scoreless ball game, got the ball at their own 20-yard line. 11:30 to go in the half. A 16-play Kuemper drive ended on a 1-yard touchdown sneak from Brock Bading with 5:38 to go. The extra point was good, and the Knights led it 7-0. Southeast Valley then got the ball at their own 35-yard line with 5:38 to go in the half. A 5-play drive ended with a Griffin Glenn interception. He returned it out to the 50-yard line. That is where Kuemper took it over with 4 minutes to go in the half. An 8-play drive turned it over on downs at the 15-yard line of Southeast Valley. They would get it with 1:33 to go in the half. They would run 4 plays, 3 of them, if I remember right, on the ground and 1 running play. They ended up just running out the clock and letting the first half come to an end. So, Doug, that's how we got to 7-0, and that tells me that the defense is, again, doing enough to get the job done here tonight.
Just a very flat performance by the Kuemper Knights in that first half. We just didn't look like we were playing inspired football. And again, you got young kids. They showed up the conference or the district championship last week. And you look at the record of this team, it's easy to drive up here and think, well, we just got to show up. But it doesn't work that way. And this football team here from Southeast Valley, when we saw them out there on the field, definitely got some physicality to them. And they took it to the Knights. A lot of hard hitting. And Kuemper's going to have to come out. And I think this first possession is going to spell a lot of what's going to happen in this second half.
Doug, again, I've got issues on KCIM that I'm trying to work on.
Okay, so both teams getting ready to come out here. We've got just a couple of minutes left before the start of the second half. Kuemper should be going right to left on our radio dial and should have the wind at their back again, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the case or not. But they will have the football to start the second half. Not a real big crowd here for Kuemper tonight as I look across the way. A lot of people wrapped up in blankets as the wind's blowing pretty good. It's kind of a picturesque night sitting here looking west to east across the cornfield that's right behind the Kuemper bus and Kuemper stands over there. And the fall moon coming up over the top and clock winding down here, 1:15. Just got a note, Mother Waniger's listening down again, down in Coon Rapids. She always are outside of Coon Rapids where she lives. And Kuemper will be going into the wind to start the second half, so they'll be going left to right. So, and they will be receiving the second half kickoff. So,
and going back to kick that off is going to be Spencer Peterson. 5 kickoffs on the year, no touchbacks so far this season, so the Knights should have an opportunity for return. It should be Griffin Glenn and Carson Canny back deep, and that does look like Canny maybe going to be the lone guy back.
Canny's actually in the middle of the field. Griffin Glenn
it's
is
Griffin
back.
Glenn all the way. No,
that's Gifford.
That's Gifford all the way back, number 81.
And he was returning kicks last week,
too.
He is fast. His kid's got some speed.
So Peterson set to kick it off. Again, Southeast Valley going right to left. The Knights left to right here in this third quarter. Some other score updates. Kuhn and Colonesco. Kuhn Rapids Bear Colonesco 6-6 at the halftime. Earlham leading 7-0 on South Central Calhoun. That game at the end of the first half as well.
Harlan up over Atlantic 14-6 at half.
There is a high end-over-end kick. Gifford will take it on a hop at the 5-yard line near the right side of the field. Makes one man miss. Now gets a tackle. Makes another man miss at the 25, 30, 35, 40. He's out to midfield. It's a foot race down the sideline. He's going to be brought down, but not before he gets down to the 31-yard line of Southeast Valley. So Gifford with an outstanding kickoff return.
Good blocking in the middle of the field for Kuemper Knights as well, but just a great job by Ethan Gifford to take that ball, head up the middle of the field, then sprint left and just outran a few people until he got it all the way down to the 31. Right at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, 11:47 to go here in the third quarter. Knights with their first possession of the second half.
Let's see if we go back to the ground here.
East Sac County trailing Sioux Central right now, 21 at 2:12 at the half. Audubon on top of Baxter, 30-6 at the halftime. And there must have been something. I don't see one laying out on the field. They may have already picked it up.
There was no flags that I saw, but
I
for
don't
some
either.
reason
But
there's a hold-up. And
yep. Did they say he stepped out of bounds before? They didn't. The ball is still spotted down here. So are they changing footballs? No, they are gonna mark off a penalty from the 30. So it had to have happened, Doug, at the end of the play.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if there was an unnecessary roughness on a block or something, but that's going to back it up. So Knight's still in very good position, but not the kind of penalty you want to see in this situation.
No ball out to the 45-yard line. That is their second 15-yard penalty here tonight.
And there was no signal of any sort either. That's kind of an odd situation.
Bider will split out here to the right, along with Kenny. One wide receiver out to the left. Shotgun formation again for Bading. Hoffman lines up to his right. They're going to hand the football off to him. Tries the left side, cuts it back up inside, slipping through tackles and runs down inside the 40, down near the 38-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play, and it's going to bring up second now. We'll call it 3 to go.
Again, great success for the Knights on the ground. Just keep hammering it. They have not slowed the ground game at this point yet tonight.
Yeah, I would keep running him. He's got a lot of 7- and 8-yard carries here tonight. 18 carries, 86 yards. Bider again splits out here to the right. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bading out of the shotgun, hands it off again to Hoffman, straight up the middle on a dive play, and he's going to pick up the first down inside the 35, down to the 34. Needed 3 and got 4. He's up to 90 yards here on the night, and that's going to bring up now first down and 10. From the Jaguar 38, maybe 39-yard line. Let's make that the 34-yard line. And that's going to be another first down. And Hoffman, again, 138 carries, 802 yards, 10 touchdowns. And, Doug, he didn't start and play a lot. The first 2 games? Against AHS Devo Kelowna.
Good job there by the offensive line. I like seeing when the pile gets up and right below them are the linemen.
They're going to look to throw, and they throw it out, and a good catch by Carson Canny, sliding to make that catch at the 28-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play. That was a low thrown ball, really tough catch, but went down and got it. It's going to bring up second and 4.
Yeah, Brock's just been a little bit off tonight with his arm, and maybe just relaxed a little bit. He's getting time to throw, but underthrew that one significantly. It's going to be second down and 5.
Bider and Canny again going to split out to the left. 1 wide receiver out here to the right. That's Glenn. Baiting out of the shotgun with Hoffman to his left. They'll hand it off. Nope, they fake it to him. They've got the man across the middle. That's Cannon. He's going to take it in. Broke a tackle from Brady Hansen at around the 14 and takes it in for the 28-yard touchdown.
Play action fake to Hoffman. Everybody went with it, but Carson was wide open in the middle, and Brock made up for that earlier throw and threw it right in Carson's chest for the touchdown.
10-18 to go here in the third quarter to play. Knights got an opportunity here to extend this to a 14-0 ball game. Charlie Mayhall on to attempt that extra point. He is 26 of 27 on the season. Low snap. They get the hold down. The kick is up. It is good.
Just got inside the.
And the Knights lead it by a score of 14-0. We'll step away, take a break. Back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7.
When you buy from a local business, like one of the New Auto Group dealerships, the money stays right here in the local community. Supporting local businesses helps our local economy, and that lets us help local organizations, schools, and giving back to our community. Good luck to all players from the New Way Auto Group dealerships with locations in Coon Rapids, Jefferson, and Pocahontas.
New Way Auto Group, home of warranty forever.
Froelich Super Value is not only your hometown grocery, they are your area's premier full-service grocery store with a full-service deli serving up hot and fresh food daily. At Froelich Super Value, you'll find everything you need from day-to-day as well as meal solutions. Stock up to feed the hungry athlete in your house. Froelich Super Value is excited to serve the Coon Rapids Bayard community, proud sponsor of Crusader Athletics, and wish them good luck. Gets the start they need here in the third quarter, out 14-0 after the 29-yard touchdown pass from Brock Bading to Carson Canny. Again, it was Canny slipping a tackle at about the 14 and just enough quickness to get into the end zone. I go on to kick it. He's going to kick what looked like an onside kick, and is it going to end up going 10 yards? It does. It just goes 10 yards. Southeast Valley backed away from the football. It just kept rolling, and they kept backing away from the football. Nobody jumped on it, and Kuemper left it go the 10 yards and falls on it, so they'll get the onside kick.
Austin Heinrichs was right there. He followed it as it didn't look like it was even going to get the 10 yards, and then they started backing away from it. And Kuemper stayed with it, and the young sophomore, Heinrichs, jumped on it and took it away from him. So Kemper's going to have it with a first down on the right at the midfield. Throw.
That ball just got across midfield, like the back nose of the football is at the pretty much right at the 50-yard line. So the Knights will have it just inside the 50. Griffin Glenn will split to the left.
The wind has died a little bit, so that
two wide receivers out here to the right. Shotgun formation for Bading. Wants to throw. He's looking for Glenn downfield. Really good coverage. The ball slightly underthrown. It was a back shoulder throw, and it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to bring up second down and at 10 to go. The Knights that time trying to take advantage of the quick turnover and the momentum and strike in one play if they could. They went to their deep thread in Glenn, but good coverage that time downfield, and it'll be second down and 10 to go.
Just going to say before the ball was snapped, I knew what we were going to do there. It's going to be a bomb downfield, and that was the call. But that's tough into the wind. It's still blowing enough.
Xyro Kibblin up on Griswold 40-18 at halftime. Knights going to run the football this time with Hoffman. They found a crease right on that right edge as Southeast Valley came with the blitz up the middle, and the Knights took it to the outside, and he'll get down to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 15 on the play.
Cale Van Sickle playing cornerback position coming out. He got hit hard by Hoffman as he just makes it a hard run. He's such a hard runner.
Ryle splits out to the left. Biter, Canny split to the right. Hoffman lines up to the right of Bading out of the shotgun. They'll hand it off again to Hoffman. He's got running room, and he's going to pick up another first down to near the 24-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play, and that's going to move the chains. I've got him now 21 carries, 116 yards here on the night.
And he's getting a lot of help from his offensive line. Connor Keneally, Reed Steiger, Hayden Vanami, Preston Vanami, John Antover. Those guys are opening some holes for him now.
Bading again out of the shotgun. Twin receivers out to the right, and Biter and Canny. They're going to fake the handoff. Bading's going to keep it this time. Makes a guy miss and then slides down inside the 20, down near the 17-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play that time. And Brock Bading showing off the ability to make a guy miss that
I really
time.
like that play call, but, God, I hate seeing him run the football.
You don't want to get him hurt,
no,
right?
I don't want him hurt.
Logan Ryle splits out to the left.
Give him a rough time, but he doesn't have the biggest, strongest leg.
Biter and Canny will split to the right. Bading out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls out, throws a quick one out here, and it is Canny's making the catch. Going to be knocked out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to be at around the 8-yard line, so a pickup of 9 on the play, and that is going to move the chains.
I'm not sure what was said at halftime, but I think it worked.
Yeah, whatever they did for adjustments or motivation or what, but it's been a little bit more of a focused Kuemper team here in the second half. A Biter and Canny to the left this time. Ryle splits to the right. Shotgun formation for Bading. Wants to look left. He throws it out into the flat, and it is going to be caught, but good coverage by Brady Hansen.
Carson
Catch
Canny,
made again by Canny, I think, out there at the 5-yard line, so a pickup of about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up second down and goal to go.
Really, really risky pass to gain a couple of yards because he threw that about 35 yards across the field, maybe even more. And
then he had to throw it over the defender.
And barely got it over him. That could have easily been 6 the other way.
Second down and goal from the 5. Canny will split to the left. Ryle will split to the right. 2 guys in the backfield, one on each side of Bading, who's out of the shotgun. They've got a guy in the slot as well. Bading wanting to throw, throws it out into the flat. It is caught and taken in for the touchdown. Is that Tate Barrett making the 5-yard touchdown catch? And the Knights are on the board again.
There's Mr. Barrett, gets up, no celebration, just walks away, hands the ball to the official, and the Knights now up 20-0, 8:19 left, and starting to turn on the gas a little bit.
Yeah, moving that now, as Doug said, to a 20-0 lead. 5-yard touchdown for Barrett. Mayhall on to attempt at the extra point.
Charlie's only missed one this year.
There is the extra point. It is up. It is good, and the lead is 21-0. We're back in a minute here on Kick 106.7. Are you looking for a new appliance? Stop by Kuemper-at-SE Hardware Hank. They are an authorized Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana dealer. If they don't have what you're looking for in stock, they will order it just for you. Make Kuemper-at-SE Hardware Hank your one-stop shop for all your home needs, and check out their new location. They're proud supporters of the Kuemper-at-SE Baird Crusaders, and remember, they're not your average hardware store.
Few people know as much about truck maintenance and repair as RJV Transport and Diesel Repair. Hi, it's Big Pete. As an owner-operator, I understand how crucial it is to get your truck back on the road. Our technicians have the knowledge to get it done right. With competitive shop rates and good old-school experience, we're here to keep you rolling smoothly. Plus, we are one of the only shops in the area certified to do hazmat tanker inspections. RJV in Westside, 663-4500, or call my wife, Sarah, at 790-4543.
Knights beginning to pull away here in the second half. They put 14 points on the board. They lead it here 21-0. Still 8:19 to go in this third quarter of play. And again, Ryan Igo set to kick it off. Last time the Knights did an onside kick, and it worked beautifully. This time they'll kick it off high. Good return out to the 47-yard line, so that is where Southeast Valley will have it first down and 10 from their own 47-yard line. 8:12 to go here in the third quarter of play.
And that's a weakness that Kuemper's had this year, is giving up too many yards on kickoff returns. So probably going to have to shore that up a little bit in the playoffs.
Yeah, you'll run into a team at some point in the playoffs that will make you pay.
They'll exploit that.
Yep, absolutely.
First and 10, 40 at the 47 on.
Yep, shotgun formation for Van Sickle. Two wide receivers out to the right, one to the left. They'll send a man in motion. That's Jaski. And Van Sickle wanting to throw. Hit as he throws it. It's over the head of Jaski. Coverage on the play that time up by Brayton Alford. He was out there in the flat with Jaski. The ball overthrown. It's going to bring up second down and 10 to go.
And that's good to see, because that was Sean Healy back in the lineup. And as he always does, he just seems to get pressure on when he's in the ball game.
Ball still spotted in the middle of the field. Great night for football tonight. We've still got, looks like 68 degrees here. But Doug said the wind beginning still to die down, but still blowing pretty well out of the south. But we'll take 68 degrees at 8:25 on October the 18th.
Any day.
Yeah, shotgun formation again for Van Sickle. He's going to drop back, wants to throw across the middle. It is complete, and that is going to be Jaski. He'll be wrestled down at the Kuemper 47-yard line, so that is going to be a pickup of 6 on the play. It's going to bring up third down and 4. And I know he doesn't live in the area, folks, but I've got to give a shout-out and a happy birthday to my brother, Scott. Lives out in Madison, Wisconsin, celebrating a birthday today.
He does listen to you every broadcast.
He does.
Well, happy birthday, Scott.
So happy birthday to my brother, Scott. He probably was at his boys' cross-country meet tonight is what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Pistol formation, two wide receivers to the left and one to the right. Van Sickle takes the snap, pressure again by Healy, and there's the sack, but we're going to get a face mask penalty on that sack as he got him right around the face mask.
He had him, but somehow got his hand up there and reached. That's going to be a first down.
A 15-yarder here. Well, that'll be the third 15-yard penalty against Kuemper tonight. All three of their penalties, Doug, have been the 15-yard variety.
Yeah, and they're good aggressive plays. The one on Sanders earlier was, there was nothing he could do in that situation, but Sean just got his hand up. But that's unfortunate, because that was a great defensive bull rush. He just ran over the offensive lineman that was blocking him, and it's going to be after the sack, but it's still going to result in a first down.
Yep, so they'll mark it from the Jaguar 45. It'll come down to the Kuemper 40-yard line. That is going to move the chains. They'll mark it just shy of the 40. Ball spotted in the middle of the field, 7:25 to go. Our motor and player of the game coming up in the postgame. I want to remind you as well, you can win a sack of groceries from Market on 30. Again, just go to Market on 30 at the BP Plaza in Carroll. Sign up, then tune into KCIM on Tuesday mornings between 9:30 and 10 for the sack of the game on KCIM Sports Rewind. Again, they find Jaski on the sidelines, but he is out of bounds when he makes that catch.
Kemper getting a little pressure
call
on
it
there.
Incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Kemper getting some pressure on their Nash Leonard, the big freshman, 6'4", 240.
He's seen a lot of playing time tonight.
He's been getting a lot of it,
yeah.
but as we were talking earlier, that's probably been the difference in this team is these young kids that have been coming in and making a difference for sure.
And he's a big young man.
You
I don't know his
him
weight-wise, but about 6'7" or so, and he's probably 250 or so. They hand it off to Hansen, finds a crease up the middle, and he's going to carry it down around the 33-yard line. A pickup of 8 going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it short to go. And I'm surprised they don't use Hansen a little bit more. He seems like a pretty good running back.
He's a strong kid. But Kemper, tackling high again. We get into these lulls once in a while in a game, and it's just usually 2 or 3 minutes at a time where we don't quite play with the smarts, for a lack of a better term, and we get away from the good fundamental football that makes us so good when we are good.
St. Edmund leading Glidden after 3, 8-6 that score. Van Sickle going to keep it, and they've done a great job of bottling up him tonight. He's going to gain a yard down to the 31, but he's going to be shy of that first down by about a half a yard to a yard. It'll bring up 4th down. They're going to probably have to go for it down 21-0.
Yeah, they absolutely will at the 31-yard line.
The ball over on the right hash mark. Knights defense again trying to come up big here tonight. They forced a punt. They forced a missed field goal. They got an interception. They also then, going to go under center. Van Sickle push backwards, then pops out, takes it to the outside and gets just enough. Needed to get to the 30 and got right to the 30. That should move the chains. But, Doug, they hit him at the line of scrimmage. He bounced backwards. And that allowed him to be able to get it to the outside.
And he just got that. We just didn't get the containment from our linebackers, which is really unusual, but we plugged that middle up so bad because we knew what he was going to do. And he just hit it and then popped backwards and then sprinted over to the right and was able to get just enough for the first down. So it's going to be first down at the 30-yard line.
Johnson will split out here to the left. One wide receiver and Jaskey to the right. Shotgun for Van Sickle. Wants to throw. It's complete to Johnson. And Johnson dragging a guy with him down to around the 23-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play. That is his 2nd catch here tonight and 5th on the season. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 3.
I know we want to keep him in front of him, but we gave him a lot of room on that again from the corner. So big gain of 7 yards.
Coon Rapids Bayard leading 14-12 over at Baxter for midway through the 3rd quarter on that one.
CRB needing a win.
They do, absolutely. Harrison splits out to the left. Jaskey to the right. Pistol formation for Van Sickle. Fakes the handoff. Pressure comes from both defensive ends, and they're going to swallow him up at the 25. A loss of 2 on the play, and it's going to bring up now 3rd down and about 5 to go.
Mr. Healy at the bottom of that pile along with number 60. That is Kobe Pierce. But if you've ever heard of a sandwich, that was a sandwich.
That was a sandwich, yeah. He tried to run to the right, folks, and the right was taken away, and then he tried to turn around and come back to the left.
I think
Preston Vanami and Ryan Sundrup maybe not going to get credited with the tackles, but they're the two that kept him, and they chased him into the other guys.
So it's going to be 3rd and 5 now. Kemper needs to get a stop
Van Sickle out of the shotgun. Pressure comes from Barrett on the backside, rolls out. It is complete to Jaskey. He's going to have the first down and more. They'll get from the 25 down to around the 13-yard line, a pickup of 12. And that is going to move the chains. And now Van Sickle, 11 of 18 for 108 yards. And I've got Mr. Jaskey now up to 73 yards receiving on 7 catches.
Yeah, we're just given a lot of coverage, a lot of room in between our safeties and our corners there and their receivers, and he's finding them.
Twins to the right. That's the short side of the field. Harrison over here to the left. They'll hand it off to Hansen. Spins his way and powers his way down to the 11-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 to go. 4:05 and counting here in the 3rd quarter.
Tate Barrett on the tackle.
11th play of the drive, I should say, coming up here for Southeast Valley. And this is a pretty good answer. If they can get some points, that would be a good answer, Doug, for what Kemper had done, scoring 14 here. And but the only thing that's hurt is they've taken some time off the clock with this drive.
Yeah, it's down 21-0. The clock is their enemy right now.
Van Sickle out of the shotgun, rolls out when pressure comes, lets it go, and it is going to be intercepted. We've got flags in the end zone as Canny's going to take it all the way back for a touchdown, but I got a feeling that it's going to be interference on Kuemper, and that one coming back. And the bad thing is he's not the guy that interfered, Doug, and he made a great catch in the end zone, but and took it all the way to the house. But of course, more than likely that one coming back.
Yeah, that was going to be interference. I'm not sure who the interference was on because it happened so quickly, but it was definitely interference.
It wasn't on Kenny, that's all I know, because he was not defending a guy and broke to where the ball was going to be. And he cut in front of the receiver, so it's got to be on the guy that was in coverage on that.
So that's going to give him a first and goal.
Yeah, two flags on that one, and they both came into the general same direction. So
yeah, definitely interference.
Officials right now talking. They got to wait for the Whitehead, who had to sprint all the way down to the end zone on the other end of the field, and he's now making the long walk all the way back down. Earlham up 14-7 right now on South Central Calhoun. That at Earlham tonight. That's through 3 quarters of play. Winner there is the 3rd seed in that district. The loser will fall to the 4th seed in that district. We do have our New Way Auto Group scoreboard show. Mason Nealon, Todd Danner, Jim Molitor back at the studios tonight. And again, they'll get interviews with all of our area football coaches about their games tonight. And, of course, we'll get you scores from around the area. Mason and those guys updating our New Way Auto Group live scoreboard page as well.
Let's see if the Kuemper defensive line and linebackers now. We got to hold containment on Van Sickle. And then we just got to be a little bit tighter in coverage on the receivers.
That penalty will put the ball down to the 5-yard line at 1st and goal. They'll hand it off,
He's
and
in the
Brady
end zone.
Hansen takes it in for the 5-yard touchdown. So Hansen with a touchdown run, and the Southeast Valley Jaguars are on the board, and that penalty did help him out there as the touchdown taken away from Kuemper. But a good, strong run. I like Hansen as a running back.
This team is solid. Like I said, we knew that they were going to be tough, but I didn't quite think that they would answer like that. But it was a great answer by Southeast Valley, and the Jaguars are back in this game now, down 21-6 with the extra point forthcoming. 3:05 left here in the 3rd quarter.
11-play drive. Spencer Peterson on for the extra point. That is not going to happen as the Knights swallow it up. And the lead is going to be 21-6 for Kuemper with 3:05 to go here in the 3rd. We're back in a minute on Kick 106.7.
Community Insurance Agency is a proud supporter of the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders and is pleased to help sponsor tonight's game. Community Insurance Agency is more than just their name. It's the core foundation of what they believe in, the community. For quality protection at prices you can afford, backed by their fast, friendly service, call one of their agents today at 712-999-2288 or stop in at their office in Coon Rapids. Go Crusaders.
Door got a dent? Hood got a ding? Tony's Corner Body and Paint will get rid of that thing. That window crack and that fender scratch has met its match. Tony's Corner Body and Paint. If the repair is big or the repair is small, Tony's Corner Body and Paint does it all. Tony personally guarantees all auto body repairs because he repairs it himself. Tony's Corner Body and Paint. Get a free quote. Main Street in Coon Rapids or call 712-999-DENT.
Peterson to kick it off for the 2nd time here tonight for Southeast Valley. We're coming to you live from the Gatorade broadcast booth distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes feel, recover, and perform. 3:05 to go here, 3rd quarter, 21-6 Kuemper. There's a short, I don't know if you want to call that. It could be an onside kick. It's going to end up going out of bounds. And it goes out of bounds at around the Kuemper 38-yard line. So Kuemper could make them re-kick, Doug, or they can take it at the 35.
I think I'd take it there.
You've got a birthday announcement to make
here?
Yeah,
we got a really special one. Everybody probably knows this guy. He's one of the most popular people at Kuemper. Father Richard Remus, 91 years old today. So
happy birthday, Father.
Happy birthday, Father. He's Kemper's biggest cheerleader, constantly at the games when he can be there. Probably not here tonight, but he gets to a lot of them. But happy birthday, Father.
Knights will get the ball out at their own 44-yard line after the flag that was thrown on that one. 3:05 to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. Bating again out of the shotgun, turns, hands it off to Hoffman, finds a crease, slips a tackle at the midfield marker. It's off to the foot races, and he's going to be tripped and caught from behind that time by Casey Hansen, but not before he gets down around the 25-yard line, a pickup of 31 on the play.
Really good.
He's now up to 147 yards on the night.
Really good blocking at the point of attack, but then after that it was all
Garrett Hoffman.
All Garrett Hoffman.
The Knights will have it first down and 10 from the 25. Ball over on the right hash mark. They'll break the huddle. Biter and Canny going to split out here to the right. Griffin Glenn goes to the left, evading out of the shotgun, turns, hands it off again to Hoffman. Little stutter step in the hole, and then fights his way down to the 20. A pickup of 5 on the play. He's about as patient of a running back as I've seen in a while.
Oh, he's gotten so much better as the years gone on, too. You know, at the beginning of the season, he would consistently try to juke and jag too much. Now he's running over people, and he's strong enough to do it, as you've seen several plays. He runs through just about every arm tackle on his legs.
Yeah, don't forget, sack of the game. Go down to Market on 30 at the BP Plaza. Sign up for the sack of game. Then tune in to KCM Sports Rewind. We'll announce the winner of the sack of the game every Tuesday on Rewind. You go down, you get a free sack of groceries. They're going to send Candy in motion. They're going to look to throw. They throw it out to him in the flat, but he had gotten some contact. I see a flag over on the far side of the field. He had gotten some contact, Doug, as he came out, so was kind of stumbling as that ball came to him.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be a
illegal.
illegal
Motion against Kuemper. That is going to be their 5th penalty here tonight.
And since it was an incomplete pass, you maybe decline it, but it's going to make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're going to move it back. It'll be 2nd down and 10
Again, in this
to go.
situation, Hoffman is just running the ball, ripping off yardage. You want the clock to keep running. I'd keep giving it to him until they stop him. As number 88 comes off the field, has a little bit of a limp to him. That's
clock has restarted here. Biter and Canny will split out here to the right. Glenn splits to the left. They'll hand it off. The Knights get a big run out there that time by Ryan Lucas, and Lucas going to pick up the first down and more. Pyle still moving as he gets down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. A pickup of 17 on the play on his first carry here tonight. He's been in the slot a couple of times. That's the first time they used him.
He's a football player. This kid is a good football player. His dad's one of the assistant coaches, and I really like that play call there because they kept it on the ground, but they didn't necessarily feel they had to go to Hoffman.
They're going to hand it off again to Hoffman, and Hoffman going to fight his way, still pushing the pile forward, gets down inside the 5, down around the 3-yard line, and that's going to bring up now second down and goal to go.
I love seeing those offensive linemen getting up right where the ball is at, and that game again to Reed Steiger.
They're going to throw it out into the flat to Kenny, makes a man miss and dances into the end zone. A 2-yard touchdown that run that time on the pass from Baiting to Kenny, and the Knights strike again.
That ball was just picked up and threw it straight to the sideline, and Carson caught it and juked his guy and ran it in for the 27th point of the ball game with 1:08 left here in the third quarter.
Arweva up 28-6 over Boyer Valley, and Arweva win tonight, and they're in the postseason. They will be the 3 seed and the automatic berth. So good luck to the Rockets and Coach Stolk there in the second half. Mayhall's kick is up and good, and the Knights lead it here by a score of 28-6. Minute 8 left in the third. We're back in a minute here on Kick 106.7.
When you buy from a local business, like one of the new Auto Group dealerships, the money stays right here in the local community. Supporting local businesses helps our local economy, and that lets us help local organizations, schools, and giving back to our community. Good luck to all players from the New Way Auto Group dealerships with locations in Coon Rapids, Jefferson, and Pocahontas.
New Way Auto Group, home of warranty forever.
If you have a project that needs to be done, turn to Moore Construction in Coon Rapids. Whether it's new construction, remodeling, or cosmetic makeovers, trust the professionals at Moore Construction. Call 712-684-7667 for a free estimate. Also, for all your lumber and other building material needs, make it Moore Lumber on Main Street in Coon Rapids. Moore Lumber and Construction, locally owned and operated, and proud sponsors of Coon Rapids Baird Athletics.
Somebody alive here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes feel, recover, and perform. Knights stretch that lead back out to 22. That's at 28-6. Still a minute 8 to go here in this third quarter. Ryan Igo again set to kick it off. Line drive low, kick that one angling over towards Hansen. He'll pick it up at around the 15, 16-yard line. Return back up the middle. He's going to get out to the 30 before being shoved back by about 5 different Knights. But the ball will be at the 30-yard line, and that is where Southeast Valley is going to have it first down and at 10. Down to a minute 1 to go here in the third quarter. Knights have scored 3 touchdowns here in this half. Brock Bading hit Carson Caney for a 29-yard touchdown on their opening drive of the half. They got an onside kick, and then Bading hit Tate Barrett for a 5-yard touchdown. After Southeast Valley scored on a 5-yard run from Brady Hansen, the Knights went back down the field, and it was Brock Bading hitting Carson Caney for a 2-yard touchdown. Van Sickle now out of the shotgun. Rolls out, throws it. It is downfield, and Austin Heinrichs, did he come up with the interception? He did, and the Knights get the turnover on the pass. That'll be the first interception, or second one here tonight for Kuemper. So good job again by the Kuemper defense here tonight as they come up with a pick. Heinrichs that time jumping the passing lane over on the far side of the field. And the Knights can have a good field position with 55 seconds left here in the third quarter of play. Ball going to be spotted at the Kuemper 48-yard line. So Kuemper has it, first down and 10. Ball over on the left hash mark. 2 wide receivers out to the left and 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Bading. Turns, hands it off, and Hoffman fights his way out. Going to be just shy of midfield. So a pickup of 2 on the play. And it'll bring up second down and about 8 to go.
It was a nice job by Albee slipping off the block, holding off into about a 1-yard gain. Nice interception there by Heinrich.
Yes, Heinrich jumping that passing lane. We talked about the secondary in the pregame tonight, and they have been very good all season long. Colonesco now leading Coon Rapids Bear 20-14 at the end of 3. Bading wants to throw, throws it out to Caney, and Caney will pick up the first down, steps out of bounds down at the 40, a pickup of 10. I've got him now for 9 catches here tonight. Bading now 11 of it 22, so up to 15%, or 50%, I should say, throwing the football here tonight for Kuemper.
Yeah, Carson having a big night. He runs such good routes, gets open on a pretty regular basis. They were struggling there in the end of the second quarter, but if you're going to go to somebody for a catch, he's the guy.
Griffin Glenn splits out to the left. They'll hand it off to Hoffman. Makes a big run. Makes a couple of guys miss as he jukes to the right. It's a foot race now, 25-20. 15 cuts back to the left. Hit by Jaski from behind and brought down at the 11-yard line. A pickup of 29 on the play. I've got him now unofficially with 188 yards on the ground. Doug, the only crazy thing, no touchdowns.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten into the end zone, but I think they might get him into the end zone this time here. Really, really nice block there downfield by Tragan Biter. Just kept leading the interference, and Hoffman just did such a nice job of using the block.
And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. Knights on top here, 28-6. We're back in 1 minute here on Kick 106.7.
Hi, this is Michelle from Midwest Wholesale. Kitchen cabinets by Birch Manufacturing are built to inspire. We believe that every kitchen tells a story, which is why these cabinets align with your home's beauty. We offer a variety of different finishes, wood selections, along with accessories to create a customized style. And here at Midwest Wholesale, we've been designing cabinets for so many years and designed thousands of kitchens, bathrooms, and mudrooms in our area. Trust the experts with Kitchens Plus by Birch and Midwest Wholesale. How you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Thank you for calling Brinks Exteriors. This is Allie.
Hi, we recently had a tree fall on our house, and I'd like to get an estimate for roof damage.
Sure, we offer free on-site consultations for all our services.
Great. While I have you, could you refer me to someone who can replace the drafty window?
Brinks does windows too, with high-quality Energy Star products.
What if we'd like to replace our siding?
Brinks has you covered.
Gutters? Doors?
Our name says it all. Brinks Exteriors is your headquarters for all things exterior, from start to finish.
Call 712-ROOF PRO or visit BrinksExteriors.com.
Somebody alive live here from the Gatorade broadcast booth, distributed by Pepsi Beverages. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. We head to the fourth quarter. Kuemper up 28-6. Jeff Blankman, along with Doug Waniger, who was dancing and singing.
You should have
Neil
seen
Diamond
Blankman dancing
here.
to Neil Diamond. I didn't know you were a big Neil Diamond
No,
fan.
everybody knows I don't dance.
Well, I wouldn't call it dance. I mean, you were moving. Okay, big down here for the Knights.
Baiting out of the shotgun, takes it, hands it off to Hoffman, hitting the backfield, almost spun out of that tackle, but ends up going down, making the tackles. I think Lennox Albee, and the tackle made back at the 11-yard line, a loss of a yard on the play. It's going to bring up second down now and 10 to go.
Yeah, sooner or later they're going to stop him, but we'll find another weapon to go to here.
Canny going to split out to the right. He'll go out there with Biter. Griffin Glenn splits to the left, baiting out of the shotgun, hands it off, and that's Ryan Lucas powering his way forward, but hit and dropped at the 10, a pickup of 1 on the play. That'll get him back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down now. We'll call it 10 yards to go.
You just keep that clock running. Boy, as a Kuemper fan, you just got to be excited about the future of this football team. And I look at 3 sophomores in the starting lineup, and then I look at Lucas as a freshman, and then Hoffman, Jaron Hoffman, the sophomore running back that I think is really good. Of course, we got Baiting back next year, and even after that, there's a couple of good
youth
quarterbacks
across the
in
front.
lineup.
Yep, 3 guys across the front. Baiting out of the shotgun, takes the snap on third down, wants to throw, throws it across the middle. It is caught for a touchdown, and Tragan Biter will catch that 10-yard touchdown pass from Brock Baiting, and the Knights on the board again.
That was a strike from Brock. It's fun to see those guys because this is going to be more in a few weeks, and they're going to be lining it up on the basketball court. You're going to have Biter, Brock Baiting, Carson Canny, the guys making the big difference tonight. But you're going to have them out on the basketball court.
Yeah, hard to believe we're not that terribly far away.
No, we're not.
From getting the basketball season underway. I haven't even hardly started wrapping up as Mayhall's extra point is up and no good, but I haven't even started wrapping up the football and fall season. I'm working on rewind stuff. Got a long way to go to get ready for basketball, but we've got a 34-6 lead for Kuemper. We'll step away, take a break. We're back in 1 minute here. The Knights leading it. Our score updates again brought to you by Dries Company, Eco Water Systems. The Knights up 34-6.
Coon Bowl in Coon Rapids. It's a great place to bring your family for a fun night of entertainment. They've got 8 lanes of bowling, plus they serve great burgers. In fact, burgers that were voted one of the top 10 best burgers in the state. Plus, they've got a full menu of great food, something for everybody. So plan a night out and head to Coon Bowl in Coon Rapids for dinner and a game of bowling. Located on 6th Street, Coon Bowl, voted best burger in Iowa. Proud supporters of the Coon Rapids Bear Crusaders and all area teams. Heritage Insurance wants to wish the Coon Rapids Bear Crusaders good luck. Heritage Insurance offers years of experience in protecting all your assets with personalized customer service that you can always trust. Let their staff answer all your insurance questions. Call for your appointment today. 792-999-2263. That's 999-2263. Good luck, Crusaders, from everyone at Heritage Insurance.
Southeast Valley returns that kick out to the 33-yard line. That is where they're going to have it first down and 10. 10:40 remaining here in the football game. Again, we've got the New Way Auto Group scoreboard show coming up 10 to midnight here on Kick, along with KCIM. We've got, of course, Mason Nee.
That was way over his head, because if he'd have tried to catch that, we had Brayton Alford coming in ready to lay the lumber to him.
That'll stop the clock with 10:35 to go here.
And this is at the point of the game where you start wondering, Jeff, we're up 34-6, 28-point lead. Not likely they're going to come back, but do you think we'll see Brock that next possession?
It'll be interesting. Him, Hoffman, or do you try and maybe get this to the continuous clock and then get the guys out of the game? It'll be interesting. They hand it off to Brady Hanson. Got to make a stop here. He's going to take it out to the 42-yard line. Going to be really close, about a yard shy of the first down. It's going to bring up third down. We'll call it about 2 yards to go.
Yeah, they're likely to go for it on fourth, whether they get it or not.
Yeah, I would imagine the only thing is maybe if it's third and long, or fourth and long, they don't.
Yeah, if we get a sack or something like that.
But I would think they maybe run the football, and I'd run it with Hanson. He's been the impressive guy running the football for them tonight. They've got Jaski split out here to the right along with Gage Jones. They're going to run it with Van Sickle. He'll pick up the first down as he squirts out near the 50. He's going to be just shy. They'll give him the 49, a pickup of 7 on the play. That will move the change for Southeast Valley.
Southeast Valley still playing hard.
Yeah, anticipated with that well-coached team under
Yes,
head coach Mike Sweeter. And again, you mentioned, 3-4 years ago, that state championship team?
Absolutely. You know, they've had a few injuries this year, and the other thing about being a good football team is you got to have all the right pieces. And it looks like they're probably missing just a couple, but they've got some, good muscular kids, and they're young, so they're going to be back.
Harrison splits out to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. They run the screen to Brady Hanson, makes a couple of guys miss, now cuts it out to the left side, and Tragan Biter does a nice job of forcing him back inside where Carson Canny can bring him down, but not before he gets down to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 26 on the play on that screen pass, and they set that one up perfectly.
Absolutely. That's going to be a learning play for Kuemper, and I guarantee you'll see that one reviewed in the film room for Kuemper because it was a screen. You could see it coming a mile away. And
all 4 of the linemen were going hard at the quarterback, and nobody stayed back with the running back.
Nobody picked up the running back, and he just kind of put it over the top of their hands, and he took it an easy 30 yards.
The sack up now 28-20 in the third. They're going to hand it off to Hanson. Gets through a tackle at the line of scrimmage, fights forward for about 2 yards down to the 23-yard line. Somehow going to bring up second down at about 8 to go.
Somehow he got out of the hands of Kent Sanders, who was run blitzing from the sideline, from the right side of the defensive lineman, and he had him for a 2 or 3 yard loss, but he just kind of slid out of it. So picked up a couple. 8:43 now, clock running. Kuemper up 34-6.
Jaguars will split 2 out to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation for Van Sickle. Pressure comes from the backside. That's Healy. They're going to throw it. It is complete to Jaski. He's going to be dropped at around the 11 or 12-yard line. Let's see where they spot him down. It looks like it's going to be at the 12. A pickup of a 10 on the play.
That's several passes where they've attacked that right side of Kuemper's line and just throws a dart for about 10 or 12 yards right in between 3 or 4 Kuemper defenders.
He throws a good football.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. Here, it's again, Colin Johnson will split out to the left. Jaski and Jones split here to the right. That's the short side of the field. They'll hand it straight off the middle on a dive play to Brady Hanson. He's going to get down to the 10. A pickup of about 2 on the play, and it's going to bring up second now. Let's call it 8 to go.
Good physical tackle by Kobe Pierce, along with, not sure who the other number looked like, Sean Healy again in there.
Again, Doug, we've got our motor end player of the game coming up at the end of the game. It's going to be a tough pick. A lot of guys defensively that have played well, especially up front. Brock Bading, I think, now 5 touchdown passes on the night. Carson Candy's had a good night.
Glenn's got an interception.
Van Sickle out of the shotgun, takes it over to the left, gets away from the initial rush, throws it to the end zone, and Jaski goes up and makes the touchdown catch.
Yeah, nice play by the receiver going up above the Kuemper Knights to get that touchdown, and they're not going to go easily. 34-12, likely to go for 2 here.
Jaski now 9 catches for 93 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
Coach Steinkamp
the lead is cut here to 34-12.
Coach Steinkamp not going to be happy with that, but the effort from the kids looks like it's been good. It's just that made a couple of mistakes in coverage as they line up to go for 2, 34-12.
Van Sickle out of the shotgun. He's got Hanson back behind him. They'll hand it off to Hanson, and he is hit and driven backwards.
Braden
the lead is going to remain at 34-12 for the Kuemper Knights. We're back in a minute here on Kick 106.17.
When you buy from a local business, like one of the new Auto Group dealerships, the money stays right here in the local community. Supporting local businesses helps our local economy, and that lets us help local organizations, schools, and giving back to our community. Good luck to all players from the New Way Auto Group dealerships with locations in Coon Rapids, Jefferson, and Pocahontas.
New Way Auto
Froelich Super Value is not only your hometown grocery, they are your area's premier full-service grocery store with a full-service deli serving up hot and fresh food daily. At Froelich's Super Value, you'll find everything you need from day-to-day as well as meal solutions. Stock up to feed the hungry athlete in your house. Froelich's Super Value is excited to serve the Coon Rapids Bayard community, proud sponsor of Crusader Athletics, and wish them good luck.
7:24 left in the ball game here tonight. Kuemper Knights looking for their 7th straight win. They lead it right now 34-12. Spencer Peterson again set to kick it off. Is it Gifford back deep?
No,
Doug, it's Carson Canny back deep. There is a line drive over towards the sideline. And the Knights will pick it up. And again, the return that time by Mason Reich's going to be down to, they picked it up kind of going backwards, but they're going to give him forward progress out to the 24-yard line. So that is where the Knights will have it, first down and 10.
Carson Canny was right there, and he was just going to fall on it, and that would have been the better play, especially in this situation. You try to pick that up, and somebody hits you, and they were right there quickly. He's lucky to have hung on to it. But as it is, Kuemper's going to have it, first and 10.
Ball at the 24 over here near the left hash mark. Biter and Caney going to split out to the left. Ryle sprints out to split to the right. Baiting out of the shotgun's got Hoffman back there with him. They'll hand it off to Hoffman. Hoffman started right now, cuts it back left. We've got a flag that's going to come in, and Hoffman going to slide himself out of bounds before Jaski got a chance to hit him, but he'll get out to the 35-yard line. Ran about 25 to pick up 11, but I think it's coming back.
That's really unfortunate because that hold took place well after he was through the line, and that's where the kids have got to know. I mean, we're making some mental mistakes tonight that you just can't afford to make as you get into the playoffs, but that was well after Hoffman had gained 10, 12 yards already.
That's going to be the 6th penalty here for tonight for the Knights that's been accepted. And they'll mark the ball back now to around the 17-yard line. They're going to put it at the 16.
About 75 yards in penalties.
Yeah, got him for 70 right now. Ryle again splits out to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right, baiting out of shotgun. First and 19 for Kuemper. Lucas in motion. They're going to look to throw it to him. It is caught by Ryan Lucas out in the flat. He'll fight through a tackle and get out near the 30-yard line. Now the pile getting pushed forward as some linemen got in there to help. They'll push that pile out to the 32, a pickup of 16 on the play. It'll bring up second down now and 3.
Yeah, another play. Connor Keneally, we keep calling his name. He's had a really nice ball game tonight, both sides of the line.
Ryan Lucas with his first catch of the season here tonight.
But that puts the Knights where they can go back to the ground here and keep the clock running.
Yep, Canny and Biter will split to the left. Ryle will split to the right. That's actually Griffin Glenn out there this time. They'll send a man in motion. They hand it off to Hoffman, and Hoffman just kind of goes into the pile that time. A gain of maybe a yard out to the 33-yard line.
Wasn't much there that time, but no. Again, keep that clock ticking. It's going to be third down and a yard and a half.
And Doug, I sit here and I look, and I'm like, I know my officials' numbers are unofficial, but I try to get Hoffman a couple of more carries and get him some yards. I got him 188 right now.
I'd like to see him.
It'd be nice to see him get 200.
Well, he's probably going to get the ball here.
Glenn again splits out to the right. 2 wide receivers, Canny and Biter to the left. I formation this time for Baiting. First time I think I've seen him under center tonight, except for when he snuck it earlier. They'll hand it off again to Hoffman, and Hoffman going to be tackled out at the 35-yard line, and that is going to should be enough to move the chains, and that is going to be a first down, a 2-yard gain.
Clock keeps ticking now, Jeff. We're under 6 minutes at 5:49.
Yeah, the Knights could, Doug, here a good drive here. If you run that play clock down every time, just keep picking up first downs and stuff, you could almost run the clock out here and end this ballgame.
Yeah, I'd like to see us at this point start substituting in here because games like this get physical and you don't want to get any key players hurt.
They'll turn. They fake the handoff this time. They're going to look to throw. Baiting throws it out, and it is incomplete. Threw it behind Canny, and that's going to stop the clock here with 5:22 to go. Kind of a interesting call that time for the Knights. I know you were starting to struggle, move the football on the ground a little bit, but you're stopping the clock. You're saving the timeouts. You're up 22, 5:22 remaining.
Now you're second and 10.
Yep,
so,
now you're second and 10.
I'm still running the ball. Hoffman's running the ball well.
You got two old school guys up here in the booth.
Keep the clock running.
Baiting again out of the shotgun. Now you're almost forced to throw, but they will hand it off to Hoffman. And he's hit after about a 2-yard gain. He's going to get out to the 39. They'll give him 4. It's going to bring up third down and 6 to go. Sixth play of the drive coming up here for the Knights.
So we'll be down to about 4.5 minutes after this next snap. And quite frankly, I'm okay. I'm running the ball again, and I'm okay punting it because I'm at 20 points.
Yep.
22.
Yeah, I feel safe. Yeah, and if I can get it where it's 4th and 1 or something like that, maybe you think about going for it. That offensive line's done a nice job. Yeah.
Pick up 3 or 4 here to get it to where it's 4th and less than 5. Then you can go with the hard count if you need to. But we're going to let it run down here, probably call a timeout.
I'm going to call a timeout here. Down to 2 on the play clock, and there is the timeout. So the Knights will have it third. We're going to call it 3rd and 7 with 4:32 left. We're back in 30 seconds here on Kick 106.7.
Are you looking for a new appliance? Stop by Coon Rapids Hardware Hank. They are an authorized Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana dealer. If they don't have what you're looking for in stock, they will order it just for you. Make Coon Rapids Hardware Hank your one-stop shop for all your home needs, and check out their new location. They are proud supporters of the Coon Rapids Bayard Crusaders, and remember, they're not your average hardware store.
Now the lead now for Sioux Central extended it to 34-20 with 11:46 to go. That's against East Sac County. The winner of that one is going to be the third-place team in the district. The Arweva Rockets head into the postseason in 8-man. They knock off Booyer Valley tonight. So congratulations, Austin Stolk and his crew. They win at 35-6 against Booyer Valley, so they'll be the 3 seed. And even though I hate to see one of my teams lose in the postseason, kind of hoping to see Arweva against Audubon, so 2 local schools playing each other in the first round. That way we can get them both covered. But Arweva into the postseason, and there is a chance they could be down at Arweva in the opening round. They are going to throw. The pass is complete to Candy. That's going to be enough for the first down. And, Doug, I do like that pass on that situation out to the 47. Quick out, just get to the first down marker, turn, fire. The pass was in the air before he even cut.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stop Carson all night. I think that's his 10th catch.
Yep.
Got 1 touchdown to show for it.
2 touchdowns.
2? That's right. He had a short one down there at the end.
Yep.
So
4:28 left as he does go out of bounds. Griffin Glenn will split out here to the left. Twins to the right. Shotgun formation for Baden with Hoffman lined up to his right. They'll hand it off to Hoffman, hit in the backfield. And he's going to be dropped for about a half-a-yard loss.
At that point, that was a run blitz directly to Hoffman. You knew that they knew he was going to get the football, and he's probably going to get it.
Try to get him on the edge.
But either get him on the edge or bring Lucas back into the ball game to where at least they've got to worry about somebody else running the football. But you really want to keep the clock running. How's that Carroll game going?
I have not gotten an update on that one. So if somebody knows the score from the Carroll game with Sioux Center tonight, please either tweet at me and tag me or send me a text. I haven't been able to get an update on that game tonight.
Going to let the clock run here.
Mason Nealon, maybe listening to ours tonight. He's probably got an eye on that Carroll game as well. I could maybe bring up our live scoreboard page as well.
2nd and 11 for Kuemper.
Biter splits out to the left.
And they're going to call timeout.
To go, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Knights as again the play clock running down. We'll step away with them back in 30 seconds here on Kick.
Few people know as much about truck maintenance and repair as RJV Transport and Diesel Repair. Hi, it's Big Pete. As an owner-operator, I understand how crucial it is to get your truck back on the road. Our technicians have the knowledge to get it done right. With competitive shop rates and good old-school experience, we're here to keep you rolling smoothly. Plus, we are one of the only shops in the area certified to do hazmat tanker inspections. RJV in Westside, 663-4500, or call my wife, Sarah, at 790-4543.
Well, Doug, the great thing about having the New Way Auto Group live scoreboard page is all of our games in the area updated live as they're happening on our website, along with all of the district games. So I forgot, I don't have to look on Twitter for the Carroll score. 20-7 Tigers with the lead over Sioux Center in the fourth quarter here tonight. So
now,
again,
what's their playoff situation?
They have to win out, and then they would get in potentially at an at-large. They don't clinch because they only take 2 out of the district. The best they can
but
finish
they do have
is
to win
3.
out, and they got a tough game next week.
Yep. They'll be at Boyden Hull Rock Valley next week. Boyden Hull just 1 win on the season. They'll snap it. They hand it off to Ryan Lucas, and Lucas fighting his way forward, breaking tackles, and fighting his way forward down to the 41-yard line of Southeast Valley. That is going to be a pickup of a 12 on the play for Ryan Lucas. It'll move the chains.
Boy, there again, that's a freshman. Like I said, the running game for Kuemper's in good hands with all those linemen that they've got. Future for Kuemper football is really, really good. Clock running now. We're at 3:20. It's going to be under 3 minutes by the time we snap the ball here.
Yeah, and Ryan Lucas, as you mentioned, but 6 foot, 195-pound freshman. I didn't hit 195 till I was about 34.
And then we do have Dylan Schoen in at quarterback now.
So Dylan Schoen in. Schoen, the sophomore quarterback, 3 of 4 through the air, 79 yards, a touchdown, 4 carries for 15 yards. They're going to hand the football off again, and Ryan Lucas will get down from the 41 down to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 2 for him on the play. 10th play of this drive coming up for the Knights. And Doug, 1 more first down, and they can pretty much chew up the rest of the game.
Yeah, Theodore Perkins, number 14, into the lineup for Kuemper. We got a lot of young guys getting in now. 59, Miles Brewer. Miles is a senior offensive lineman. As mentioned, Dylan Schoen in the lineup. I think Charlie Mayhall's in the lineup.
Yeah, a lot of new guys. If you can catch those numbers, Doug, get those names out on the air. Knights will break the huddle. Schoen going to go out of the shotgun.
Mason Reich's out here split left.
Split to the left. 2 wide receivers out to the right. They'll hand it off again to Lucas, and this time hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and actually
Charlie
Mayhall on the carry, number 15 and 18. Just close enough
yeah,
for me.
They're difficult to tell apart. 59-58 is John Hobrick into the lineup. Or, excuse me, Jacob Hobrick. John's his dad, I believe.
So no gain there for Mayhall.
Little Coon Rapids blood there.
Yeah. You guys all kind of stay together, don't you?
Yeah, you just got to watch out for one another. Minute 37, clock running. And
you and Honnold, the only 2 guys I ever worked
now
with that
don't
had to
put me in the same conversation with
Honnold. Both Coon guys. They'll hand it off, and Mayhall finding some running room. Fumbles the football. It's going to be picked up by the Knights, though, and they're going to get the first down. Doug, was that an offensive lineman that scooped that up?
I couldn't tell who it was, but Charlie had that pop. He was fighting that extra yard like you want him to, but don't want to turn the ball over here now, and that should do it.
That was Theodore Perkins that time that picked up that loose ball and picks up some yardage. The Knights will have it down at the 29-yard line. So that, again, enough to move the chains. The Knights should be able to run the clock out. They should have to snap it one more time and then maybe one more after that. They'll split 1 wide receiver. That's Perkins out to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. The Knights will end the regular season with 7 straight wins. They snap it back to Dylan Schoen. He'll take the knee.
And there will be one more snap because there's 36 seconds on the clock. Got number 7 in the lineup. That would be Carter running.
So a big win for the Knights here tonight again.
Good third quarter.
Yep. We'll have our motor and player of the
nice
game
job,
coming
Justin
up here in the postgame, and we'll have as well, of course, you can listen to Coach Steinkamp's interview coming up on the New Way Auto Group scoreboard show coming up later on tonight. Again, 10 to midnight here on Kick and at KCIM. I'll get that interview with Coach down on the field. That's going to do it. Kuemper Knights going to win it here tonight by a final of 34-12. Mackey Motors tailgate coming up on Kick 106.7.
Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been serving Lake City and the surrounding communities with new and certified pre-owned vehicles. Mackey Motors is a full-service dealership providing oil changes in our Quick Lube Express bays, a service department with world-class trained technicians, a body shop and collision center with the latest equipment, a full vehicle detailing department, or come talk with one of our highly knowledgeable sales staff.
Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City, MackeyMotors.com. When it comes to sports injuries and pain, call the specialist at Suppy Chiropractic Clinic, Dr. Mike Suppy and Dr. Jack Janning. Dr. Suppy and Dr. Janning work closely with area athletes and teams in providing effective treatment and rehabilitation of sports-related injuries. For optimal sports performance, call Dr. Mike Suppy and Dr. Jack Janning at Suppy Chiropractic Clinic, 792-6026. Or stop by their clinic at 1420 Highway 71 North in Carroll. Proud sponsors of all area teams.
Mackey Motors at Tailgate, brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Together, let's drive at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Check them out online at MackeyMotors.com. Doug, good win for the Knights tonight. Not pretty in the first half, but give Southeast Valley a lot of credit. They came to play tonight and played well here tonight. But the Knights get their 7th straight win. They'll head into the postseason as a district champion. They'll host next week for sure, probably a week 2 matchup. If they win, they'll get it home. But a 7-game winning streak, they've got to be happy with that right now.
Yeah, playing really, really well. A little flat tonight coming in, kind of it to be expected. After the big win last week and sewing up the district title. But a nice rebound here. They went in at halftime, up 7-0, came back out third quarter, played extremely well. That third quarter, walked away from the game and opened it up to a 34-12 win. Some lapses, though. We saw some mental lapses, some issues where they maybe weren't tackling the way they could. But all in all, I thought it was a really good win against what I think is a pretty good football team and one that's going to be even better next year.
Absolutely. Final again here tonight as we run through the second half real quick. Kemper got the ball first. It was Brock Bading hitting Carson Candy for a 29-yard touchdown. The Knights get the onside kick. They take over at the 50, and Bading hits Tate Barrett for a 5-yard touchdown to make it 21-0 early in the third. Brady Hansen then scored for Southeast Valley to make it 21-6. Then it was Bading to Carson Candy again for a 2-yard touchdown, making it 28-6 with 1:08 left in the third. Austin Heinrichs had an interception which set up a Brock Bading to Tragan Biter 9-yard touchdown pass with 10:46 to go in the fourth quarter. That put Kemper up 34-6. It was again then Kel Van Sickle running it in from 10 yards, or throwing it, I should say, to Logan Jaskey for a 10-yard touchdown with 7:24 to go in the game, making it 34-12. The Knights able to run out the last 7:21 of the quarter to win the football game. So a great job, Doug. We did not have an easy player of the game tonight, but I think we're going with Carson Canny.
Carson Canny, Huffman both had big ball games, but I think with the fact that Carson got those couple touchdowns and, like I said, had some big third down catches, probably makes him my choice. But I just love watching Huffman run the football. Ryan Sundrup had a nice game defensively, as did Tate Barrett. Several of our offensive linemen played well.
They played really well tonight.
But so many of them coming in and out. But Carson, I believe you said he had 10 or 11 catches for right at 100 yards. So just a lot of good performances by a lot of people on the football team tonight.
And that's what it takes for this night team to keep a rolling here. And again, our final score here tonight, Kemper Knights winning it by a final of 34-12. I got to hustle down trying to get an interview with head coach Ryan Steinkamp as the Knights win it here 34-12 for Doug Waniger, my broadcast partner here tonight. This is Jeff Blankman saying thank you for listening to football coverage here tonight, Kemper Night Football here on Kick 106.7. Have a great night, everybody. Don't forget, New Way Auto Group Scoreboard Show 10 to midnight right here on Kick 106.7 and on 1380 AM, 95.1 FM, KCIM.